there are only two components. We have the written works and we have the performance task. Sa written works, ito may learners A, may learners B tayo, and C. So, halimbawa, ang first written work ay ang highest possible score dito ay 15 or items ay 15, and then the second one is 10, third is 10, and fourth is 15. Learner 8 rather got 14 sa first, 9 sa second, third 7, and 13 points sa fourth. Ganun din sa learners B and C, respectively, 10 and 5, 8 and 10, 9 and 9, 11 and 8. In other words, kinuha po ang total ng written works nila, and then kinuha po ang percentile rank nila according to the transmuted table na ibinigay sa amin. So, kung ang highest possible score ay 50, ito ay 100%. And then the 40% of 100% is 40. And then learner A ay halimbawa 43 ang kanyang score, total score out of 50. Ito ay katumbas na 88%. And then getting the 40% of this is equal to 34.40. Likewise also to learners B and C. So ang katumbas ng 78 ay 30.40 and ang 84 ay 25.60 sa pag-multiply ng 40%. So, kanun din sa performance task. 1, 2, 3, 4 performance tasks are given 20, 15, 20, 20 as possible, highest possible scores. So, halimbawa, ang learner A nakakuha ng 84, ang katumbas nito ay 70 out of 85, ang katumbas nito ay 64 rather. Out of 70 of 85 is 75.29. And the weighted average of this, by getting its 60%, ito ay magiging 45.18. So now, meron na tayong weighted average sa written works and performance tasks. Ito ay i-add natin. So therefore, 34.40 and 45.18 is equivalent to 79.58. Ito pa lang po ang initial grade ng bata. So, meron pong ibinigay or inisyo ang DepEd ng transmuted grade namin. So, therefore, ang 79.58 ay sa ibinigay na transmuted table ng DepEd, ito ay katumbas na 87 na grade ng bata. Next. Okay, ito rin sa mathematics, ganun din. Ganun din po ang pagkuha. So 50, yun nga lang po magkaiba sila ng weighted average. Dito naman po ay 50-50. So therefore, gaya niyan, ang 50% of 88.89 ng learner A getting the score of 40 out of 45 ay 44.44. And then ang performance task niya na 50% ay from 75 points, 59 ang nakuha niya. Ang percentile rank nito ay 78.67, which is equivalent to 241.67 as its weighted average. So adding the weighted averages of written works and performance tasks, this is equivalent to 86.11, and now the final quarterly grade is 91 in mathematics or in science. Okay. So kung meron po kayong katanungan, meron pa po tayong time na ibinigay sa inyo ang committee for answering your questions. Thank you po. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Grace, for explaining, especially the grading system. And with that, let me call Ma'am Ting, our AP coordinator. our AP coordinator, to explain the school continuous improvement plan of Bangkal High School. Ma'am Ting.
Lagyan mo nga host. Mahirapan ako. Tangad na.
Okay, before we continue, kindly off your mic. Thank you. Okay, again.
Yes, good morning to all. Narinig na ako, Ma'am Peach? Hello
Yes,
po.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah. Nakikita na po yung screen ko.
Yes po.
Okay, good morning once again. Good morning, especially to our principal, Mr. Lev Albert Dacanay, at sa lahat ng mga teachers na kasama natin. Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga participants na ating mga magulang. Yan. Na nandito po ngayon. Maraming salamat po sa pag-attend. So, ako po ang magpe-present ng Continuous Improvement Project ng ating eskwelahan. Okay. So, ang title ng ating project ay yung tinatawag natin BHS Sure. Ano ba ang BHS Sure? BHS stands for Building Homes Sustainably. SURE stands for Signal-Based Utilization Routine of Efficiency. Yan po yung pinaka-proyekto natin na Continuous Improvement Project natin. Proponents of the project, ito po tayo, with our consultant, Lev Albert Dacanay, our school principal. Yours truly as a team leader, Marlene Ting. Describe Ma'am Aba Coliado. Paulo Carbajal for communication, na Ma'am Ethel Joy Montoya for documentation. Ma'am Alice Trinidad. Hindi ko nakikita yung screen ko. Ano ba to? Balik. Ma'am Alice Trinidad, Ma'am Rosana Bernal, and Ma'am Grace Datan. Process observer po natin si Ma'am Alice Trinidad at saka si Ma'am Rosana Bernal. So this is the outline of the presentation from the background of the project until the CI in action. The background of the project, the challenge being faced by our school is in the increasing number of students at risk of dropping out, or known as SARDOS, or those who are considered as beginning in the level of proficiency. As of April 2021, there were 302 students who were at risk of dropping out. Ito po yung mga students na estudyante po natin na may mga failing grades po sa atin. Okay, yung ng bambo dito ay kumakatawan sa ating katatagan nating mga estudyante, katatagan ng ating mga magulang, at katatagan ng ating mga teachers sa lahat ng mga challenges at problema dumarating in spite na mayroon tayong tinatawag na pandemic sa ngayon. So kailangan na tuloy-tuloy ang ating edukasyon. So this is the data on SARDOS as of April 2021 by grade level. Kung mapapansin po natin na sa lahat ng grade level, pinakamarami po na total of ng SARDOS ay yung grade 9. So 139. With a total of from grade 7 to grade 10, meron pa tayong 302 na SARDOS. Ibig sabihin malaki po. This is alarming na kung saan malaki ang porsyento na mayroon tayong mga estudyante na nanganganib na maging drop out. Kung nakarang taon po tayo ito. Expected benefits for the school. The project will help the school to address the problem with regards to the increasing number of students at risk of dropping out. A target of 95% decrease in our SARDO. The voice of the customer. So to validate the reasons natin, kung ano yung mga dahilan kung bakit marami tayong may mabagsak na mga estudyante. So nag-conduct po tayo ng survey through Google Meet at saka with the aid of Mentimeter. So ano po, sino pa ang mga participants natin? Students, their parents, their teachers. Students na mga sardo po to, hindi po lahat ng students ay kasama po sa ating Voice of the Customers. Ang mga Voice of the Customers natin, yung participants po natin ay mga estudyante lang na with failing grades, yung mga sardos natin, yung nanganganib po na mag-drop out, at saka yung parents po nila, saka yung mga teachers po natin. Okay po? Then this is the affinity diagram. Ibig sabihin po, ito yung mga resulta ng ginawa po natin na survey at saka interview sa kanila through Google Meet at saka Mentimeter, katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo. So sa first column, nakikita natin yung mga customers, mga students natin. Ito yung mga students with respondents respondent 103. Tapos nandito po yung parents, 84, teachers, 25 po. So kung makikita po natin sa slide na ito, yung red na highlight na mga words na red, ay ito yung mga may pagkakapareho sa mga sagot ng ating mga Voice of Customers, students, parents, teachers. So makikita natin yung pagkakapareho ng kanilang mga sagot po dito. Ito po yung SIPOC natin. Okay, so una sa supplier. This is for the project SURE, school, supplier, school head, LG.
Recording in progress.
Tapos ano po, input naman natin department learning, department DLAC, minutes of staff meetings and attendance, request forms for instructional materials, common supplies, quarterly po yan. Tapos yung next po natin ay distribution and replenishment of instructional materials, common supplies. Process po natin, tapos yung output po natin ay monitoring tool through Google Sheet. So para ma-monitor po natin kung paubos na yung mga common supplies or gabit na po instructional materials ng mga teachers natin kung kailangan na natin bigyan ulit sila. So yan yung ginagamit natin monitoring tool para makita po natin. Then, so ang output po pa natin po dyan ay yung sufficient instructional materials, common supplies to be used by the teachers during their online class and for the modular modality. The customers or yung mga ina-address natin na problema dito para sa ating mga guro at sa ating mga non-teaching personnel. Then for our project BHS, ito yon. BHS, yung Building Homes Sustainably. Our supplier is a private sponsoring institution. Okay. Input, NGOs, financial subsidies, yung mga tulong from private identities or mga individuals. Then, partnership with private sponsor institution. Then, yung output natin, memorandum agreement with the stakeholders, assistance from NGOs, GPTA, and other students. Then the customers, or sino ba yung mga kailangan natin tulungan dito sa Project BHS na to, ay yung mga students at risk of failing and dropping out and their parents, katulad ng sinabi ko po sa inyo kanina. So this is the process flow chart natin. Makikita natin dito sa slide na to kung paano ang proseso na ginawa natin para maisagawa po ang ating Project BHS SURE. Para sa BHS, profiling of SARDOS, communicating. After profiling of SARDOS, nakita natin kung sino yung mga students at risk na yan. So ano ginawa natin? Nakipag-communicate tayo, nagbigay tayo ng tulong natin at saka ng magulang. Then, pagkatapos niyan, nag-identify rin tayo, naghanap rin tayo ng mga makakatulong sa atin na nanganganib mag-drop or may failing grades. Okay? Sa Project SURE naman, identify the instructional materials needed by the teachers, tapos provision, distribution, and sufficient instructional materials or common supplies for the teachers. Yung mga makikita nyo po na cloud dito na color green, ito po yung mga risks or challenges o yung mga problems na encounter po ng mga natin, ng CI team habang ginagawa po yung project. For example, ito po yun, limited data due to distance learning for engagement among parents and students. Tapos, small number of PIs or private institution that will give full support. So, alam naman natin na lahat naman apektado ng pandemic. So, hindi natin po makukuha na marami po ang talagang handang tumulong kasi lahat po tayo ay apektado ng pandemic. Tapos sa provision naman po is slow phasing due to quarantine classification. So yung pag nagpo-provide na tayo, nagdi-distribute naman na tayo ng instructional materials, common supplies sa mga teachers, hindi po kagad nila nagagawa kasi nga po nakukuha kasi nga po sa quarantine classification may mga lugar na very restricted, hindi pwede makalabas, may mga lugar naman po na medyo maluwag. So medyo sa distribution po medyo doon lang po nagka-problem. Yun po yung risk na nakita natin. Ano po yung end result ng ating project BHS Sure ay decreased number of SARDOS or dropouts. Kasi ang mga clientele natin talaga ay mga estudyante. Ano bang sinisave natin dito? Mga estudyante rin po natin yan. Focus problem statement. Ito po yung talaga pinaka-problema natin, increasing number of student at risk of dropping out for school year 2020-2021. Last school year po ito. So para makita natin kung ano yung pwede pa natin gawin sa mga susunod po na school year para lalo natin ma-decrease yung number of SARDOS po natin at ma-save natin lahat ng students as much as possible po. As of April 2021, there was a surge of 302 students who are at risk of dropping out or yung mga students with failing grades. Okay. Diagnostics or 5 whys. Ibig sabihin po, ito yung nakita natin na ayon sa interview natin, di ba? Naganap na interview, survey na ginawa ng CI team. Ito na po yung with coherence na kuha nating resulta doon. Okay? Bakit daw na mayroong mga SARDOS? Bakit daw bumabagsak sila? Tingnan natin yung mga dahilan. Yung mga pangunahing dahilan. Una, maraming mga activity na ginagawa ng mga estudyante at nahihirapan sila na sumagot na sa mga tanong na nasa modules or nasa online man nila, sa Google Classroom man po. Then, inability of parents to guide their children in answering learning activities in module or limited familial engagement in the education of the students. Alam po naman natin na hindi lahat ng magulang ay nasa bahay kasama ang mga anak nila na nag-aaral. So marami sa atin ang pati nanay at tatay ay nagtatrabaho. So nandun po yung reason na hindi po nila talaga natututukan rin ang ating mga estudyante. So why? Lack of immediate communication between parents and teachers. So dahil busy si magulang, busy rin si teacher, minsan sa totoo lang naman natin, alam naman natin yan at yan ang lumabas sa result natin, sa survey natin na hindi sila nagkakaroon kagad ng immediate communication, parang medyo may delay, parang ganun po. Okay? So why? Instability of internet connection. So bakit hindi sila nagkakaroon ng immediate communication? Maari po na walang load or walang internet connection or weak ang internet connection, limited lang ang data connection. Alam naman po natin na we are on a distance learning ngayon. So medyo mahirap ang communication po talaga. Then why? Non-availability of instructional materials, common supplies, unavailability of gadgets for the students, syempre, tapos instructional materials or common supplies to be used for the online class. Yan. Okay. This is the detailed data. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga kitang-kita natin na data na nag-gathered natin during our interview and survey na ginawa. So para sa my students, hindi ko na bibigyan din pa ito ng sobra-sobra. Kasi na-present ko na kanina sa affinity diagram to sa students. parents naman po ito. Ito naman para sa ating mga kaguruan. Katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo, this project, DHS Sure is dual po siya. Ang ina-address natin, SARDOS, ang pinaka-address natin ay yung SARDO natin na problema. Pero ang targeted natin ay dalawa, para sa teachers at para sa mga students together with their parents po. So, batay sa ating focus problem, meron po tayong mga developed solutions. Una, yung pagbibigay nga po ng mga additional instruction materials para sa teachers, magagamit nila sa online para malalo maging epektibo ang pagtuturo ng ating mga teachers. Magamit rin po nila sa kanilang mga gagawing mga intervention. Number 2, engagement of the parents on the project. Ibig sabihin yung aktibo natin, kailangan natin aktibo na pakikilahok ng ating mga magulang para may sakatuparan ang ating proyekto na ito. Number 3, ganun rin po, suporta ng ating mga private institution or entities or non-government organizations. Number 4 ay ang pagkandak ng intervention ng mga teachers natin para ma-address ang ating problema. Katulad po ng pagkakaroon ng constant communication with the parents, lalong-lalo na po yung sa pagkandak po nila ng remediation class. Makikita natin sa mga developed solutions natin, number 1 is a provision of additional instruction materials. Ito po yung prueba na nagbigay po tayo ng mga additional instruction materials, common supplies, and equipments para sa mga teachers as of May 2021, plus as of July 2021. This is a color-coded signals. Ibig sabihin, makikita natin na kung color blue na-consume na ba nila 50%, yellow less than 50%, kung red consume na po nila lahat ng naibigay natin or gamit na po nila na kailangan na po natin palitan. Okay? Then pangalawa na prove natin dun sa ating developed solution, yung engagement of parents. Mayroon po tayong mga nakandak na 5 training with the initiative of Mr. Paulo Carvajal. At nakakatuwa dahil sa number of, sa 5 trainings na nakandak natin, or past history po natin, meron tayong number of parents or participants na 1,323. So, ibig sabihin kahit na paano, mayroon tayong mga magulang dyan na nakikipag-aktibo na nakikipag-lahok sa ating proyekto. Okay? Support tatlo na sa develop solution natin, support from the PIs or private institution or identities. Kung mapapansin po natin dito, meron tayong mga, lalo na nung nakaraang mga school year na meron tayong mga kaguruan na nag-volunteer na magbigay ng certain amount. May magulang tayo, parang 2 na nagbigay rin ng mga tulong pinansyal para sa ating mga estudyante na nangangailangan. Pero identified rin po natin sila. Then may 3 tayong barangay officials na kahit paano tumulong noon para sa ating mga estudyante. Naibigay natin na bilang allowance ng ating mga estudyante po yan. Okay? Ito yung pang-4 na ating developed solution, yung conduct of intervention. So, ang makikita natin sa first column, yung quarter. Second column, number of teachers, number of targets for the third column. Fourth column, number of students passed. Ang magandang balita po dito, as of quarter 1, papuntang quarter 3, dumadami ang mga teachers na nagpa-participate sa ating intervention or mediation class. However, sa quarter 4, may 6 na lang po tayo na teachers na nag-conduct ng remediation class. Pero ang pinakamaganda naman po dyan na nangyari sa quarter 4, lahat ng number of target students na 42, lahat po naman po sila ay pumasa. So, that is very interesting. Good news po yan. So, mapapansin natin sa quarter 1 to quarter 3, marami ang number of targets natin na students na kasama dapat sa remediation po natin. However, sa number of student pass naman, happy pa rin kahit paano kasi mayroon pa rin na nakikilahok na mga estudyante natin sa ating remediation class. At may pumapasa po yan. Sana sa mga susunod po nating taon, kapag kasi ang mga teachers po natin nagbibigay naman po ng ano yan ng impormasyon po sa mga anak ninyo kapag they were going to conduct ng mediation. So suportahan po natin, gabayan po natin ating ang ating mga anak, titignan po natin kung talaga po sila ay nakikijoin sa ating remediation para lahat po ng targeted students natin for mediation ay masisigurado natin na papasa po sila. Ngayon, kung magtutulungan po tayo, alam po natin yan, magtulungan po tayo, kailangan natin suporta ng bawat isa po natin para yung dropout po talaga natin ay 95% or 98% talagang konting-konti na lang ang ating mga SARD, ang mga dropout natin. Nawa, next school year po. Thank you po. Okay, next. Support system. Sa support system natin, may dalawa rin po tayo. Una, yung resource allocation. So, alam mo naman po natin na meron po tayong MOOE. So, from MOE, meron po tayong tinatawag na annual procurement plan na kung saan intended for common supplies and equipment na kailangan ng ating eskwelahan sa mga teachers natin, ganun po yun. So yan sa resource allocation natin. Then sa partnership, ano yung partnership na kailangan natin? Yung school and parents. So ibig sabihin, partnership, meron po tayong mutual agreement po tayo ng mga parents and students na kailangan paraw po tayo na gawin ang dapat para sa ating mga estudyante. Then partnership with the school and LGUs na patuloy na nagbibigay ng suporta sa ating mga estudyante at sa ating mga guro. Then, third is the partnership with the school and NGOs. Yan, yung mga private identities po natin. Yan ang ating mga support system po. Then, ito po yung another solution na kailangan namin ipakita, katulad ng sinabi po natin na mayroon po tayong ginawang remediation class. Mayroon po tayong consistent communication. Ito po, consistent communication sa mga magulang. Kahit anong platform man, messenger man yan, text man, ginagawa po natin yan. Tapos yung pagbibigay ng gawain, ibig sabihin po, yung pagbibigay ng gawain 90%, yung parallel po na gawain. Kung nahihirapan ng bata, sana ibigay na gawain. Meron pang binibigay na gawain pero parallel siya na kung saan medyo swak na po siya sa mga kakayahan ng ating mga students po. Okay? Then pagsubaybay sa mag-aaral gamit ng messenger at group text, may kaugnayan po rin doon sa color blue. Then meron po tayong 1% na home visitation. Malaki rin po ang percentage natin ng remediation class. Okay? So, nakandito rin ang isa pang mga intervention na gawa nila, video call to follow up. Ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon sila ng video call or conference. Sa totoo lang, mayroon pa rin kaming ginagawa rin na conference with the parents kung kinakailangan. Kung kinakailangan po ang face-to-face, kung hindi naman through other social media platform po. Video call. Iyan po ay isa sa aking, sa totoo lang, kami naman sa mga heads, ginagawa po namin yan kung talaga naman po kailangan na ng suporta ng mga magulang natin at ng ating mga kaguruan. Kunwari sa kanilang section, kung hindi na talaga nagagawa ng paraan po, nandito po kami na sumusuporta pa rin po. Lahat po. Then implementation plan, mapapansin po natin yung action, yung first column po, yan yung develop solution natin. Ang second po na column ay persons involved, resources needed for the third column, and that last column in the target date. Kung mapapansin po natin, nagawa po natin lahat yan. Kung ano ang develop solution natin, kung ano implement natin na action, nagawa po natin, ay sagawa natin, all actions are done. Roll out of the solution. Katulad ng sinabi ko po na ang Project PHS Sure, sorry po, ay dalawa po ang tina-target niya na tulungan. Ay PHS para sa mga estudyante together with their parents, and Sure naman, ang targeted naman niya tulungan ay ang mga teachers natin yan. Na kung saan ang pinaka end result nga yan, na katulad sinabi ko ay decreased number of SARDOS. Sana po naintindihan niyo yun. So check out the progress. Ito po yung nagpapatunay na naging successful po ang ating proyekto. Mapapansin po natin sa unang table, ito po yung data ng SARDOS natin as of April 2021, we have 302 out of 1,927 students. Sa June naman, meron tayong 189 as as based on the LIS score po yan. Okay, balik tayo. Excited naman tong PowerPoint presentation ko. Okay, so makikita natin 300 from 302 naging 189. So 15.92%, 9.96%. Kung mapapansin po natin, titingnan natin yung na-achieve natin diyan. Meron tayong difference na 5.96%. So ibig sabihin naging successful tayo. At ano pa yung patunay na naging successful ang project na ito? Ito po 'yon, mga kasamahan, mga magulang po. Sa school year 2021, mayroon na lang po tayo from 302 as of April. Mayroon tayong 102 na lang na based on the ating AOSY po yan, or yung tatawag natin na ating data sa end of school year report natin. Mayroon na lang tayo 102. So we save 200 students for our SARDOS kasi mayroon na lang tayong 102 na na-declare sa buong taon. So that is the good news po. So salamat po in advance sa lahat. So, task and timeline. So mayroon tayong task na kailangan gawin. Ito yung tatlo: assess, analyze, and act. Assess during March and April 2021, analyze May, and act. Ibig sabihin, ginagawa na natin yung nasabi natin proyekto as of June and July. Okay? So, risk management analysis. As katulad sinabi ko sa inyo sa process flow chart kanina, na mayroon po tayong na-identify na challenges or mga problema na kailangan nating i-address. Okay? So, ang pinaka-the best na i-highlight ko dito, yung action to lessen or avoid impact of risk. Una, yung katulad sinabi natin, constant communication with the parents, building trust through memorandum of agreement. Mahalaga po ang pagkakaroon ng tiwala sa ating mga NGOs para higit silang makatulong pa sa ating mga estudyante na higit na nangangailangan. Then number 3, yung as the assistance of barangay. Kung medyo nahirapan na tayo, lalo na sa pag-locate ng ating mga students, kung saan talaga ang kanilang tunay na bahay, lalo na yung mga nag-conduct ng home visitation sa ating mga kaguruan. Humingi rin tayo ng tulong sa mga GPTA. Kung naalala ko po na magkaroon kami ng meeting mga March yata yun ng mga GPTA na i-intensify po nila ang pagtulong sa ating mga students, lalo na yung mga hindi ganun nagpaparamdam. Alam ko po yun na nagkausap kami na i-intensify po nila ang pagtulong. Then ito po yung CI or Continuous Improvement in Action. Mapapansin po natin dito, andito po yung ginawa namin preparation, na planning, tapos yung survey na kinandak namin hanggang matapos kami, hanggang nakakatuwa dahil 5 beses na nag-present, tapos sa wakas naging successful na, wala nang corrections. Ang dami challenges po yan. So I will read po the learnings at saka reflections na nagawa ng ating mga kasamahan. Okay? We, educators, try our best to encourage SARDOS to improve education, pandemic or not. Bakit po may maingay?
Yes po.
What? Victor Hugo, si
Ma'am Ting, antayin muna natin mag-off ng mic sila.
Okay, ma'am.
Grade 7.
Kaya parang di na rin ako naririnig eh.
Yes, ma'am. Again, paki-off po ng mic. Hindi po tayo magkakaintindihan. Ayan, thank you po. Yes, Ma'am Ting, okay na po.
Okay, so as I have said earlier na I will read the reflection of the learnings kasi ito na po yung pinaka-huli na po yan. At sinabi ko, okay. Na-mute ako. Ito yung pinakahuling slide natin. Makikita natin yung mga preparation na ginawa, mga pagpaplano, mga sakripisyo na ginawa ng ating CI team. Pero ulitin ko po, naging successful naman po ang ating proyekto. Okay? So, I will read as I have said earlier, I will read the reflection with the learning. So, we educators try our best to encourage Sardos to continue their education, be it in pandemic or not. We all believe what Victor Hugo said, that he who opens a school door closes a prison. Ibig sabihin, pinibigyan natin ng malaking halaga ang ating mga estudyante. Kaya hanggat maaari, kinikater natin lahat ang mga ating mga estudyante. Kasi alam natin na naniniwala rin tayo na sila yung pag-asa ng bayan pagdating ng araw. Then the project as participated by stakeholders, sino yung mga ito na sinabi ko, students, parents, teachers, and school admin, will surely lessen gradually the number of Sardos this coming school years. Para masigurado po natin na ma-lessen talaga yung Sardos po natin ngayon, please continue to support the CI project also. Entirely support the school po. Then we are positive that if only NGOs and other private institutions could give their 100% support, pero alam pa natin medyo mahirap ngayon, lalo na sa pandemic, our BHS Sure project could come in full reality. Through stakeholders' cooperation and teacher support, we can move forward. So due to pandemic, limited communication hampers the fast pacing of our project. So balit, yan. Working hand in hand with their parents, students, private sectors, administrators, this project make it possible. We will continue, ito naman po ang aming masasabi sa inyo, we will continue to do our best to inspire our clientele. Clientele, sino ba yung clientele po ng Bangkal High School? Siyempre po mga estudyante po natin. To continue their studies and as much as possible, pursue higher education for a better future. A better future lalo sa kanila at para sa ating bansa, sa ating bayan. Yun lang po. Marami po challenges pero nakama po namin lahat yan, na-overcome po namin lahat yan dahil nandyan po kayo. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Ping. And with that, para po dun sa mga magulang na may katanungan po, paki-ready na lang po. Then mamaya po i-type sa chat box kung may tanong po. Ayan. So para po sa pagpapatuloy, maging aware po tayo kung nakabukas po yung ating mic o kaya naka-open cam tayo. Ayan, kasi naglalag din po ang system. Okay, to continue with, let me call Ma'am. Okay. Ma'am Gladys Bangolay for the guidelines on giving awards and recognition in line of Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan under DepEd Order number 18, Series of 2020, together with the clarifications of recognition of academic excellence awardees under DepEd Order number 36, Series of 2016. Good morning, Ma'am Gladys.
Hello, good morning to all at salamat sa Diyos at binigyan tayo ng pagkakataon mag-usap-usap at malaman natin ang mga bagay-bagay na nakakatulong sa mga anak natin. So sa ating butihing principal, mga kasamang teachers at mga supportive parents, salamat sa Diyos at sa pagdalo natin. So ako po ay naatasang mag-discuss ang DepEd Order number 18 Series of 2021. So, paano lumabas itong DepEd Order na to? Ito ay lumabas dahil sa pandemic na ating nararanasan. So, medyo gumawa ng interim guidelines or provisional or temporary na guidelines ng DepEd para sa ganun, ang mga effort ng ating mga anak ay mabigyan pa rin ng karangalan o recognition. Ito ay naiiba sa normal na DepEd Order number 30 kung saan hindi lahat ng mga effort ay binibigyan ng recognition dahil ito ay nangangailangan ng face-to-face na pagdalo para makita ng mga teachers or ma-evaluate ng mga teachers ang mga performance ng bata. So ano-ano ang napaloob sa DepEd Order number 18 series of 2021? Ito ay matutunghayan natin sa pag-post ng ating PowerPoint. Sir Pao, please. Thank you.
Wait lang po, ma'am. Wait lang. Sige.
Kaya mo ba?
Ma'am, kung meron ka dyan, you may share, please.
Okay, sige. Sige, sir.
Naka-able naman yung yung sharing nito. Share screen ka na lang.
Nakikita na, sir?
Okay na po, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Kita na.
Ang problema, hindi ko nakikita. Paano ko paliit? Ay, down ako ng down, ano? Sorry po. So, ang ating aalamin ngayon ay ang DepEd Order number 18, series of 2021 na may title na Interim Guidelines of Awards and Recognition in Light of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for School Year 2020 to 2021. So, interim. So, if you mean interim, ito ay temporary dahil nasa pandemic po tayo at ang ating nasa distance learning po tayo. So, ano ba ang napapaloob sa DepEd order na ito? Paano mag-next up? Atensya po. Sir Pao, paano mag-next?
Arrow down.
Arrow down naman ako. Arrow down ako, sir. Wala. Hindi gumagana.
Sige, wait po, ma'am. Wait po.
Stop na lang.
Gladys.
Yes.
Sige, ma'am. Ako na po mag-share.
Okay.
So, bakit napalabas ito? So, gusto pa rin ng DepEd na bigyan ng karangalan, recognition, ang mga effort ng bata. Dahil ito ay napaka-importante para ma-boost or ma-motivate rin ang mga anak natin sa pag-pursue ng kanilang dream despite na nasa bahay, sa distance learning pa rin tayo. So, kaya nakalabas pa rin itong DepEd Order number 18 series of 2021. So ano ba ang binibigyan na award dito? Lahat ba ng ginagawa ng bata ay binibigyan ng award dito sa DepEd Order number 18 series of 2021? Base sa DepEd Order na to, matutunghayan natin as we discuss it. Wala pa rin, sir. Hindi. Okay. Sige, sir. Salamat, sir. So, yan po. So, next slide, please. Ayun. So, ang DepEd order na ito ay masyadong mahaba. So, kinuha ko lang po yung mga importanteng parte na dapat alaman natin bilang magulang para alam natin kung ano ang dapat nating tulong or help para sa mga bata. So, we have here the definition of terms. So, For the purpose of this policy, the following terms are defined. So ano ba ang nire-recognize ng DepEd Order number 18? We have the Academic Excellence Award. Ano ba itong Academic Excellence Award? Is a grade level award that is given to learners from grade 6 and 12 who have attained a general average of at least 90 in a passing final grade in all learning areas. This award, which covers the following categories: with highest honors, or may pinakamataas na karangalan with high honors, may mataas na karangalan, and with honors, may karangalan. It's the only award that shall be given this school year 2021. So that is Academic Excellence Award. So ano naman po ang na-define dito sa DepEd Order number 18? We have the suspension of awards. What does it mean? It refers to the deferral or postponement of giving certain awards and recognition is stated in DepEd Order number 36 series of 2016 for school year 2020 to 2021, as these awards entail demonstrations of in-person and collaborative performance, possibly only for face-to-face learning setup. Such awards include the following: classroom awards, performance awards, and the spatial recognition awards. So those are the definition of terms na nakapaloob sa DepEd Order number 18 series of 2021. Next slide, sir. Ayun. So, ano yung mga awards na ibibigay? Ano yung mga suspend awards? Dahil sa pandemic nito, sinasabi niya, may mga award lang na ibibigay. So, merong masususpend na award. Sa paragraph 12 ng Department Order number 18, sinasabi, Department suspends the majority of the awards and recognition provided in DepEd Order numbers 36 series of 2016. So, dito sa DepEd Order number 18, interim guidelines, ay may mga majority of the awards and recognition are suspended. So, these awards are na-suspend because these awards require face-to-face interaction and in-person observation of learners' classroom demeanor and performance. So, yan po, bakit na-suspend ang majority of the awards and recognition na ibinibigay ng DepEd Order number 26, series of 2016, dahil ay nangangailangan ng face-to-face pag-interact ng estudyante sa teacher. May mga behavior and performance na dapat makita. Kaya, tinanggal ng DepEd. So, ano pang mga to? So, we have the classroom awards. Ano po yung mga classroom awards? We have the performance awards for kindergarten, conduct awards, recognition for perfect attendance, and we have the grade level awards na na-suspend. So what are those grade level awards? We have the Leadership Award, Award for Outstanding Performance in Specific Disciplines, Award for Work Immersion, Award for Research or Innovation, Award for Club or Organization Achievement. And we have the other special recognition. So these awards are results of largely observable behavior in the classroom and are demonstration of exemplary performance in person academic and non-academic competitions are possibly only in a face-to-face learning setup. So, dito sa paragraph 12, ay sinususpend niya ang mga awards na yan dahil kinakailangan po ang face-to-face learning setup. Next, sir. So, ano po ang mga napapaloob sa paragraph 13? Academic Excellence Awards, sabi dito, however, shall not be suspended for graduating moving up learners from grade 6 and 12. So, kailan pa nagbibigay ang awards? So, alam natin, ito ay ibibigay at the end of the school year. So, yung last school year, ano bang ibinigay na awards? Lahat ba ng awards ibinigay? Ay po. Kasi may interim guidelines. So, nabasa ko na, nasuspend yun. Pero ito, paragraph 3, ano yung awards na ibinigay last school year? Ito po yung Academic Excellence Awards. Kanino ibinigay ang Academic Excellence Awards? Sa mga grade 6 at graduating, mga grade 10, mga mag-moving up, and grade 12. So, ano ba itong Academic Excellence Award? Academic Excellence Awards are highly valued by learners, their families, teachers, and the community owing to their profound effect on motivation, self-efficacy, and determination of learners consistently perform and strive to do better, especially in this trying times. So iyan, i-recognize ng DepEd order maski nasa pandemic tayo, ay may mga estudyante pa rin nag-e-excel. So ayaw ng DepEd na mawala yung motivation, yung determination ng bata, kaya binibigyan, hindi niya sinuspend yung Academic Excellence Awards. Kaso lang, it's limited to grade 6, grade 10, and grade 12 awards. Ay, grade 12. Bakit? Kasi ang mga to, kailangan nila din ang mga awards na yan or recognition na yan dahil din maliban sa ito ay isang motivasyon, ito ay nakakatulong or isang admission or scholarship sa senior high school, sa college, etc. So, kinakailangan nilang ibigay yan para sa mga scholarship na makukuha ng mga batang nag-excel sa kanilang mga klase. So, yan po ang Academic Excellence Awards. It's only given to the grade 6, 10, and 12. Next slide, sir. Ito. So, ito po, nag-provide ng sa paragraph 14 ng DepEd Order number 18, nag-provide po ng table. So, ano yung awards na suspended? Ito. So, Academic Excellence Award for grade 1 to 5, then grade 7 to 9, and grade 11. So, ang mga academic awards ng mga grade na yan na nasabi ay nasuspend. Ano pa, maliban dyan, classroom awards. So, ano ba yung mga classroom awards na yan? So, we have the performance awards for kindergarten, the conduct awards, recognition for perfect attendance. And then we have the second grade level awards. We have the leadership award, award for outstanding performance in specific disciplines, award for work immersion, award for research for innovation, award for club or organization achievement, and the special recognition award. So makikita nyo, during the rites or moving up ceremony, wala na tayong leadership award, best in science, best in English, wala na po yan. Or athlete of the year, Girl Scout or Boy Scout of the year, wala na po. Kasi nga, ibinibigay lang ng DepEd order ay ang Academic Excellence Awards for graduating and moving up learners from grade 6 and 12. Next slide, sir. And here, sa slide number 15, sinasabi, ano yung mga Academic Excellence Award na ibibigay sa bata. So, ito ay naka-classify. So, it is classified to, so, sino ang makakuha ng with highest, with high honors, with honors. So, kasi sa paragraph 15, Academic Excellence Awards for grade 6, 10, and 12 shall be given at the end of the school year. Recipients of this award shall attain a general weighted average of 90 with no failing final grade in any learning area. The general average grade shall be reported as a whole number. So dito po, sino ang mabibigyan ng Academic Excellence Award? Ito po ay yung nakakuha ng general weighted average of 90 without failing grade. So titingnan po natin, maski meron kang 90 kung may failing grade ka, ay hindi ka rin makaklasify dito. So tutukan po natin ang ating mga anak sa lahat ng subject. So pantay-pantay lang po, wala pong ito, mag-debut ka lang dito. So, hindi po. So, lahat po ng subject ay binibigyan ng kaukulang panahon. So, i-balance natin para sa ganun ay walang failing grade at makakuha ng 90 na general weighted average. So, ano ang classification? So, ito po, sa Academic Excellence Award, we have the with high honors or may pinakamataas na karangalan, 98 to 100 ang general weighted average niya. So, kung 95 to 97 naman ang inyong average, pumupunta ka sa with high honors or may mataas na karangalan. At kung 90 to 94 ka naman, ay with honors or may karangalan. Yan po ang mga Academic Excellence Award na ibinibigay base sa mga general weighted average ng bata na wala pong failing grades sa lahat ng subject. Next, please. So, what award will be given to the awardees? So, we have the with highest honors, so and gold. With high honors, we have the silver. With honors, we have the bronze. So, ito po. And then a certificate. So, maganda ang mga medals kasi galing sa DepEd ang ating mga medals at malalaki, naka-emboss po din yan. So, yan po ang mga awards na ibibigay sa ating anak, mga medals at ang certificate. So, yung pong hindi pa nakakuha, pwede na pong kunin kung ang inyong mga anak ay awardee last school year 2020 to 2021. Next, sir. Eto. So, baka magtaka po tayo, bakit ang anak ko average ay ganito, 94, bakit siya ang nahuhuli? So, dito po sa DepEd order number, kasi nakasanayan natin na binabasa ang pangalan ng bata from the highest general weighted average go down. Pero hindi po. Ngayon po, so meron pong DepEd order clarifying the DepEd order number 30 kung saan ang DepEd memorandum number 80 clarifies the excellence awards as stated in DepEd order number 36 series of 2016. Ano ang napapaloob dito sa DepEd order number 30 series of 2021? Sabi dito, so basahin ko na lang po ang paragraph 2. So the department orders that the announcement of learners who have been awarded academic excellence awards. So we have the high with honors, with high honors, with highest honors must be made in alphabetical order within categories, not from the highest to lowest average grade within categories. So, yan po. Magbibigay ng award ay in alphabetical order within categories. For example, dito sa slide natin, nakikita nyo, lahat yan, 90 to 94, nasa high honor sila or with honor sila. Pero, hindi mo mababasa na si Saragosa ang una mong babasahin. It should be alphabetically arranged na babasahin mo. Maski siya ang 90 or 91 ang average, si Aragon pa rin ang mauuna, maski si Saragosa ang nakakuha ng 94. Kasi ito sa DepEd order number 30 series of 2021, babasahin ang awardee kasi within the category sa in an alphabetical order. So yan po. So ganun din sa ibang categories with the highest honor, maski ikaw ang nakakuha ng 100, pero ikaw ay nasa letter Y, nasa category ka ng 5 kayong naka 100, eh 98 to 100, yung 98 nasa letter A, siya ang unang mababasa. So ito po ang DepEd order number 30 series of 2021. The awardees must be made in alphabetical order. So, yan po ang award. So, para makuha natin ang Academic Excellence Award kasi nasa pandemic pa rin tayo, baka ito pa rin ang order or susundin na order ng DepEd kasi nasa pandemic pa rin tayo. So, makikita nyo mga magulang na 90 and above 90 and above ang mabibigyan ng awards without failing grade. So, para hindi tayo pupunta sa remediation na diniscuss ni Ma'am Ting, ay magtulungan po tayo. We start the school year supporting our students until the end of the school year para sa ganun ay mapabilang sila sa mga awardee for school year 2021 to 2022. So, salamat sa lahat. At sana'y patnubayan tayo lahat at ingatan. So, God bless everyone. Next slide, sir. So, ito po sa lahat at huwag tayong pangapagod sa paggawa ng mabuti sapagkat sa kapanahunan ay magsisipag-anit tayo kung hindi tayo manghihimagot. Sa Galatia 6-9. God bless everyone and salamat.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Gladys Bangolay. Sir Pao, so we will be having our 3-minute break.
Yes.
Yes po. So kung sino po yung gustong mag-CR break o kaya water break po, gawin na po natin. So we will be back at 10:19. It's already 10:16 a.m. So see you after 3 minutes po. Thank you.
Ang Peach, ikaw pa ang nagpapatugtog niyan?
No po, si Sir Pao.
Ayoko ng tugtog na yan Nakakalungkot.
Sir
Nakaka-bad
Pao.
trip
Maganda yan, ma'am.
Ayoko niyan, ma'am. Sa inyo siguro, sa akin hindi. Parang gusto ko nang mag-leave Pwede ba mag-leave na lang?
Wag. Okay, tuloy.
Hello po. Good
Yes
morning.
po.
Ma'am, pwede po magtanong?
Yes, tungkol saan po, sir?
Yung sa list of enrollees po, kasi po yung anak ko, transferi po galing probinsya. Pero kan nakapag-online registration naman po ako nung May.
Okay. Si Sir Pao po ang makakasagot dyan kasi po siya ang admin doon sa mga ating online enrollment po. So, antayin po natin siya mamaya.
Okay, yes po, ma'am.
Maraming salamat po.
Salamat.
Hello po, ma'am. Good morning.
Yes po. Good morning, ma'am.
Ano pa makikita kung ano sila, ma'am, section?
Ma'am, sa ngayon po wala pa tayong sa sectioning po for grade 7 kasi ang hirap pong mag-post ngayon sa FB. So pinag-iisipan pa po kung paano po ipaparating sa inyo kung ano po yung mga section ng anak ninyo.
Sige po, ma'am. Thank you.
Ang mahalaga po nasa list na nung pinost po sa Bangkal High School official page sa FB po, yung sa Google Drive. Nandun po yung mga list ng batang officially enrolled for grade 7 po.
Pero nandun naman din po, ma'am. Tingnan ko din po sa may school ng Malbar. Meron na naman din po.
Okay po.
Yung section, yun lang po ang alamin namin.
Yes po. Maantay na lang po sa mga announcements.
Galing mo.
Yes, Sir Pao, can we start? So inaasahan po ulit na nasa komportableng lugar po tayo para sa pagpapatuloy ng ating programa. Okay, for now, let me call. Okay, our TLE coordinator, Ma'am Bernal, to explain the guidelines.
It's
po.
it's Ma'am ano muna yata si Ma'am Alice.
Okay.
Ano ba
So after, okay, sige, tama sir. Ma'am Alice Trinidad, ayan, for the guidelines on the cancellation or suspension of classes and work in government offices due to typhoons, flooding, other weather disturbances and calamities. Okay, our science coordinator, Ma'am Alice Trinidad. Morning,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, good morning. Okay. Again, to our dynamic and innovative principal, Sir Lev Albert C. Dacanay, to my very supportive head teachers and coordinators, to our dedicated teachers, parents, stakeholders, and students, a pleasant morning to all of you. Kamusta kayo? Hello? Okay. So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
morning, yes, ma'am.
Good morning po.
Yes, nice to hear that. Okay. My topic this morning is the guidelines on the cancellation or suspension of classes and work in government offices due to typhoons, flooding, other weather disturbances, and calamities. Sir Pao? Okay. So the rationale of this is the cancellation or suspension of classes and work in the government education or DepEd due to typhoons, flooding, other weather disturbances, and calamities is governed by Executive Orders number 66, Series 2021 titled Prescribing Rules on the Cancellation or Suspension of Classes and Work in Government Offices due to Typhoons, Flooding, other weather disturbances, and calamities as operationalized by DepEd Order number 43, Series 2012, titled Guidelines on the Implementation of Executive Order number 66 by Safeguarding Learners and Personnel from Unnecessary Physical Dangers that they may be exposed to. These policies protect their constitutional rights to life, health, safety, and property in times of calamities. Next, please. So, in its commitment to ensure teaching and learning continuity while looking after the health, safety, and well-being of its learners, teachers, and personnel, the Department of Education issued DepEd Order number 012, Series 2020, titled Adoption on the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. Tulad ng diniscuss ni Sir Lev a while ago, the BELCP for school year 2020-2021 in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. DepEd has also issued DepEd Order number 011 Series 2020 entitled The Revised Guidelines on Alternative Work Arrangements in the Department of Education during the period of state of national emergency due to COVID-19 pandemic. Through these policies, the department has adopted distance learning modalities and alternative work plan arrangements which minimize the health and safety risks brought about not only by the pandemic but also by typhoons, flooding, and other weather disturbances that learners and teachers might be exposed to. Next, please. In addition to these policies, the department recognizes that the suspension of classes and work during emergencies remain to be necessary in upholding physical and mental well-being. Thus, the application of DepEd Order 43, Series 2012 is suspended until further notice. And in its place, these guidelines in the cancellation or suspension of classes and work in government offices due to typhoons, flooding, and other weather disturbances and calamities are adopted. Next, please. Okay, so here are now the guidelines on the suspension of work in and classes. Next, please. Okay, the first guideline here is the automatic cancellation or suspension of classes and work. Okay, so cancellation and suspension of classes shall be based on the weather guidelines or weather bulletins issued by the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or ito yung pinaka-alam natin na PAG-ASA. Okay, so this is particularly on the tropical cyclone wind signals, or the TCWS, as follows. Letter A, when the tropical cyclone wind signal number 1, the weather disturbance is expected within 30 hours, which is raised by PAG-ASA. So public and private kindergarten classes, regardless of learning delivery modality in the affected areas, shall be automatically canceled or suspended. So ibig sabihin nun, kapag yan ay inilabas na ng PAG-ASA, yung signal na yan, so ibig sabihin, ang kindergarten lang muna ang walang pasok. Okay? Next, please. So teaching school personnel, including ALS teachers, solely handling canceled or suspended classes are not required to report to school. So regardless of working arrangement adopted by the school in consideration of the work or service that they have to render during makeup classes. Next. Next, please. Okay, letter B, when TCWS or the tropical cyclone wind signal is number 2, whether disturbance is expected in 24 hours is raised by PAG-ASA, public and private kindergarten, elementary and secondary, which includes our junior and senior high school classes. Regardless of learning delivery modality in the affected areas shall be automatically canceled or suspended. Okay, so tandaan natin yan. Kapag signal number 2, so kasama na dito yung junior high school and senior high school. So again, teaching school personnel including all teachers solely handling canceled or suspended classes are not required to report to work, regardless of working arrangement adopted by the school in consideration of the work or service they have to render during makeup classes. Next, please. So another guidelines here is the localized, okay, may number 3 pa to, sir. Okay, meron tayong letter C. When the tropical cyclone wind signal number 3 or higher than 3, weather disturbance is expected 18 hours or less. This is raised by PAG-ASA. Classes in all levels, regardless of learning delivery modalities, used by elementary and secondary schools, and work in all DepEd offices, regardless of work arrangement in the affected area shall be automatically canceled or suspended. So pati na yung mga iba't ibang department, no? Basta sa DepEd, wala na ring pasok pag signal number 3. Okay, Central, Regional, and School Division Office and teaching or non-teaching school personnel who are members of DRRM, or that is your disaster risk reduction management teams, shall continue to render the necessary services guided by the succeeding provision on the activation of DRRM teams. Okay, next, please. Okay, another guidelines here is the localized cancellation or suspension of classes and work for natural and for human-induced calamities. When you say human-induced calamities, these are the human error or man-made error, no? Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng mga flood, okay? So, ano ba yung mga example niyan? Okay, pag sinabing human-induced ay meron tayo mga halimbawa, you have here the improper disposal of garbage, no? Lalo na yung mga plastic o yung mga PET bottles natin. Kasi kung hindi natin na na-dispose ng maayos, so ito ay pupunta sa mga lower level sa lugar natin, sa community natin. So pupunta yan sila sa mga drainage wherein nagkukos sila ng flood kapag dumating yung tag-ulan. Okay? So para maiwasan yan, so we should segregate our garbage. Okay, so it states here that localized cancellation or suspension of classes and work due to natural or human-induced calamities in both public and private schools, regardless of learning delivery modality and work in government offices, shall be at the discretion of local chief executives in their capacity as chairperson sorry, of the Local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council or the LDRRMC. So ito ay halimbawa sa area lang natin ang merong may baha. So hintayin natin yung advisory na mga galing sa LGU natin. Okay? So tina-channel naman sa ating mga DRRM. Okay? And our atin naman coordinator sa DRRM ay very very active naman. So nagbibigay siya ng advice kahit na gabi nagsasabi siya na halimbawa tulad nung nakaraang buwan, last August mayroong earthquake, so nag-inform na kaagad siya nung gabi. Okay, so pag ganito kasi, sa mga panahon na ganito ay kailangan natin maging handa, no? So I can say here that times like this, we should always be prepared. Okay, so always tune in the news para makapaghanda tayo para rin na mayroon tayong kaalaman para sa kaligtasan at sa ating maayos na kalusugan. Okay, so that's all for my report today. Thank you very much and stay safe everyone.
Thank you, Ma'am A.
Come on.
Okay po. So with that, let us continue. Okay, let me call Ma'am Berna to discuss online platform for synchronous learning. Ma'am Bernal?
Yes. Good morning
Morning
po.
po.
Good morning, Ma'am Peach. Good morning po sa lahat. Nakakapagod na po ba? So stretching muna tayo habang hinahantay po natin yung isi-share po ni Sir Pao na aking presentation. So stretching po. Medyo tayo-tayo tayo ng konti. Ito ang mahirap sa online.
Ma'am Bernal,
Yes, sir.
can you be the one to share na lang?
Okay, sige po, sir.
Sige.
Nakikita na po yung aking screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ayan. Malaki na ba, Ma'am Peach?
Yes po. Okay na po.
Okay, thank you po. Okay, so ako po ay naatasan ngayon i-discuss ang ating Google Meet link as platform for our synchronous online classes. So nasabi na po ng ating principal kanina na magkakaroon na lang po tayo ng isang Google Meet link. Kasi po last school year, nagkaroon po kami ng per subject ang link for Google Classroom. So ang nangyari po is yung mga bata, pag po sila ay merong online class, yung Google Classroom po nila per subject ang ginagamit. So iba-iba. So it means meron silang 8 na link pag sila ay mag-online class. So ngayon po, dahil nakita po namin yung mga medyo hindi magandang effect nung ganong klase ng scenario, so kaya naisipan po namin na i-adapt yung isang link lang for synchronous online class. So ano po ba yung mga reasons for adapting one link for all the subjects in every section for synchronous online classes? So pinakauna po is easy access by the students or teachers. So ibig sabihin, isang link lang yung gagamitin natin sa lahat ng subject pag tayo ay nag-online class. Then, monitoring purpose. So yung ating mga advisors, last year medyo nahirapan din silang mag-monitor doon sa mga advisory class nila kung talaga bang pumapasok sa kanilang mga subject teachers. So ngayon, mas madali na silang makakapag-monitor kasi pwede na silang pumasok doon sa link na yon. Kasi invited na po lahat ng subject teachers at ang kanilang advisor doon po sa loob ng link. Then, avoid cutting of classes. Ayun, ito po yung naging problem din namin last school year. Yung mga bata pumapasok sa unang subject. Parang naging katulad din ng face-to-face na nagkakaroon din pala ng cutting classes sa online. So sa unang subject, for example, hindi sila pumasok. Tapos doon sa second subject nila, pumasok sila. So dahil nga magkakaiba ng link, so hindi na mo-monitor. So unlike ngayon, so isang link na lang tayo, so kita na kaagad sa first period pa lang kung sino na yung mga present, then on the succeeding subjects po. Okay, so how to delete? Ano po muna tayo? Last year, para po pala sa mga transferee na wala pa pong DepEd Makati email, hintayin nyo lang po na mai-section po kayo at kung sino po yung inyong mga advisors, sila po ang mag-create ng inyong DepEd email account. Okay po? So hintayin lang po ang inyo pong advisor ang magbibigay po ng inyong DepEd Makati email. Okay? So yung mga last school year po, ito rin po kasi yung tanong nung nagkaroon kami ng tutorial sa Google Classroom last week for parents na paano daw po i-delete yung mga existing na classroom last year. So kung kayo po ngayon ay grade 7, so yung grade 6 po kayo. So ganito lang po. So step 1, open the email account. So of course the DepEd Makati. Then in the in the inbox, upper right corner, yung pong mga maliliit na dot po doon sa taas, click the Google Apps and choose the classroom. Okay, then step 2, so click the dots at the upper right corner of the classroom and choose Unenroll. Okay, so ganyan po ha, nakita nyo po. So ayan po. So punta lang po doon sa 3 dot sa gawing kanan, then meron po doon move at saka unenroll. So unenroll nyo lang po. So okay na po tayo. So ibig sabihin malinis na ang inyong Google Classroom. Wala pa kayong classroom na nakikreate. So how to join the classroom? So dahil nakagawa na po ako ng mga Google Classroom natin sa lahat po ng grade level, so na-add ko na po doon lahat ng inyong teachers, subject teachers, ating pong mga heads per subject at ang ating pong butihing punong guro. Okay, so paano na tayo makakapag-join sa classroom natin ngayong school year 2021-2022? So step 1, wait for the invitation of Bangkal High School. So it will appear in your email at the inbox. So yung mga existing nyo po na DepEd Makati email, yun po ang i-invite ng inyong mga advisor. Okay? So ito po, Bangkal High School po ang mag-i-invite sa inyo kasi ito po ay Google Classroom for online synchronous class. Okay? Then step 2, open the email and click the join button. So ayan, may ano sa inyo mag-a-appear dyan, nakalagay you are invited to join. So click nyo lang yung join, then automatic po kayo ay magkakaroon na ng Google Classroom. Okay, so ito po yung itsura. Ganun pa rin, paano nyo makikita yung inyong Google Classroom? Katulad po nung kanina doon sa pag-delete, ganun din po. Punta po kayo ulit doon sa upper right corner na may mga dot, click nyo yon, then click nyo po ulit yung Classroom. So, mangyayari po, kung meron na kayong isang na-join, so for example, ito nga po yung online classroom natin, na gagamitin sa synchronous online class, meron na pong nakapost doon na schedule natin for synchronous online classes, kung saan imi-meet ni teachers yung mga anak po natin. Okay, so yan po yung example for grade 7. Okay. So, paano naman tayong mag-join doon sa synchronous, sa Meet link? So, click the Meet link, okay, to join the synchronous classes in all subjects. So, lahat po ng subjects, ito lang po ang gagamitin natin na link. Okay? Kasi po, magkakaroon din po ng another Google Classroom per subject. Okay, next po tayo. So, ayan po. So, pagdating niyo po doon sa ating Google Classroom, may nakapost na po doon. So, ayan po. Good day to all. This Google Classroom is intended for synchronous online class by all teachers of this section using the Google Meet link. So, each teacher still must create their own Google Classroom per subject.
Ibigyan niya kayo sa section ng link. Hindi pa kayo na section link, di ba?
So, meron pong nagsasalita.
Yes po, ma'am. Pa-off po muna ng mic. Bago po tayo magpatuloy. Ayan, ma'am. Ay, okay na po. Salamat po.
Okay. So, thank you po. So, each teacher still must create their own Google Classroom per subject where posting of assignments, activities, performance tasks, assessment tests, or other things that the teacher will provide as an assessment, so are done, and where the students will submit their outputs. So do not use this classroom for submission of outputs. So ibig sabihin po, uulitin po natin na ito pong ibibigay ng Bangkal High School ay gagamitin lamang sa ating synchronous online class. So ang mag-i-invite po sa inyo doon is si Bangkal High School. Okay? Pero yung mga subject teachers ninyo, magke-create pa rin sila ng sarili-sarili nilang Google Classroom kung saan doon ninyo isasubmit or ipopost din ni teacher yung mga pinapagawa niya. Okay? So ang mag-a-appear po doon sa inyong inbox ay pangalan ni teacher na nag-invite. So ibig sabihin nun, yun po ay intended lang para sa posting ng mga assignments activities. At doon din kayo mag-submit. Excuse me. Then, paano po i-manipulate yung ating pong Google Classroom? Yan po yung ginawa namin nung last week po, Friday, sa mga magulang. Kasi po minsan, yun po yung problem nating mga parents na hindi masyadong techie. So, hindi po natin ma-monitor yung mga activities na ginagawa ng bata. So, meron po kaming ginawa, dahil hindi po natin ma-open yung Google Classroom, di nga natin alam yan kasi nung mga nag-aaral tayo, wala pa naman yan. So, kaya ginawa po namin, nag-create po kami ng video tutorial for parents, how to manipulate the Google Classroom. Okay? So, nakapost po yan sa ating Bangkal High School Facebook group page. So, pwede nyo pong balik-balikan, pwede nyo pong i-open para po magkaroon po kayo ng maging familiar po kayo sa ating Google Classroom. Kasi napaka-importante po na nakikita po ninyo yung status ng anak ninyo kung sila po ba talaga ay gumagawa or nagsasubmit ng mga task po nila. Okay? So, ulitin ko po, magkakaroon po kayo ng a total of 9 Google Classroom. So bakit po 9? Kasi po yung isa ay for synchronous online class at yung 8 ay para po sa per subject. So since meron tayong 8 subjects. Okay, so yun lamang po. Kung meron pong katanungan, so mamaya po pagkatapos po ng ating mga presentation, ay pwede po kayong magtanong. I-reserve po natin yung ating mga katanungan. Okay, so maraming salamat po.
Yan. Thank you, Ma'am Bernal. Hello? Sir Pao?
Yes,
So, ano tayo ngayon? Question and answer po?
meron pang isa. Ako pa yung may di-discuss pa.
Okay, sir, kasi wala na akong ano dito. Wait lang po. Yes, Sir Pao? Sige po, proceed na tayo, Sir Pao.
So, first and foremost, do I have an audio?
Yes po.
Okay. So, maybe for the first time, I would like to hear all our participants say good morning. Para alam ko na nandyan pa kayo sa inyong mga kinalalagyan. You may unmute yourself.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so thank you very much for that simple instruction. Okay, so the topic that I am assigned to share with you is about the consent and agreement provisions. So, for example, sa incoming grade 7, you will be asked to sign a consent form. For what purpose? For as a student of assigned in the online distance learning, we need to secure the permission of the parents that you are allowing your child to attend online classes, no? May mga sitwasyon po kasi na as per the instruction of the Department of Education, we need to secure your consent, mga minamahal naming magulang, before we proceed from teaching your children. No? Hindi kami basta-basta arangkada. No? So that's one. And for the rest, magkakaroon din tayo ng mga agreement forms naman for what? For whom? For modular students, those students who intend to attend modular classes, meaning they will not make use of their cell phones, laptops, only they will use the printed modules for them to be able to continue their studies, no? So yun, magkakaroon din tayo ng paliliwanag ko rin yung modular yung mga provisions ng mga modular students. And of course, kung napansin niyo sa mga drop, retained and balik-aral students, meron din kayong mga pinirmahang mga kasunduan, no? Actually, it is not the students who signed the agreement. It is actually the parents. It is the parents and the guardians. Why? For a simple reason that our students are still minors. No? Minors. That's why it is the parents and the guardians who, in behalf of the student, represents them. Okay? And of course, para naman sa mga transferees, if you notice, meron kaming pinapirmahan sa inyong affidavit of undertaking. No, marami tayong mga forms na pinapipirmahan. Now, what is the main reason why we ask you to accomplish those forms? It is for what? Okay? Basically, those forms that we ask of you to accomplish is for what? To safeguard the interest of both parties, the parents, the guardians, the students on one side, and the school represented by its teachers on the other side. No? We have our own interests. We have our own rights to protect. No? For the online distance learning students, you have to protect the privacy of your students. On the other hand, we have to safeguard also the rights of the teachers. Baka kasi pag hindi namin kayo tinanong, baka naman makasuhan yung aming mga teachers na pinipilit ninyong mag-online class yung inyong mga bata na hindi nyo naman pala pinapayagan. On the other hand, yun namang mga transferees, at least yung affidavit of undertaking, nagkakaintindihan tayo kung ano ang limitasyon ng inyong pagkaka-enroll sa ating paaralan dahil sa hindi pa ninyo na ibibigay ang permanent record. On the part naman ng mga dropouts, retained, no? At least we have that reference for you to review from time to time. Baka kasi nagkakalimutan na tayo sa ating mga obligasyon, mga tungkulin. Kaya tayo bumabagsak, kaya tayo nagda-drop, kaya tayo nagbabalik aral. So, those forms serves as our reference point where we could go back whenever we are too busy. Ay, ano na ba yung aking dapat ginagawa sa aking anak para hindi na siya bumagsak? And in that way, again, we are safeguarding our interests. No? So that's the main reason why we have those kinds of forms. Now, I will just discuss to you the important provisions of each forms. Now, so for the consent form, again, this form will be signed by all students who will be under the online distance learning, yung mga mag-online, yung mga papasok sa Google Classroom na diniscuss kanina ni Ma'am Bernal. Okay? Now, ano yung mga provisions, no? First, to conduct online interaction through whatever social media platforms with my child, ward, for any distance learning activities. Request my child to open her video camera always during the entire duration of the online class. So we will have some modifications on this because as we all know, our signal, our Wi-Fi is not that reliable. No? That's why maybe from time to time, the teacher will just ask your child to open their videos to ensure that your child is still within the class. No? Okay? Doon sa una, yung conduct, as much as we wanted, no? Sinasabi natin, katulad no, if you remember, last Friday, during our discussion of the Google tutorial, as much as possible, we wanted talaga na mag-stay lang tayo. We will use only the Google. No? But let us accept the fact that not all parents and students could access the Google. And so again, we are giving you some leeway, hindi total, no? To use other platforms as long as ma-submit ninyo yung mga hinihingi sa inyo ng mga teachers ninyo. Okay? We are giving you some leeway, but not total leeway. Okay? Next provision is ask permission from the teacher to close for the meantime. Okay? The video camera, if it is experiences weak, yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, no? So, yan naman, as long as nandun kayo sa loob, and hopefully, actually, mga minamahal na mga magulang, remember this, no? Kung if you fail to monitor your children, if the children will quote unquote cut classes even in the online modality, remember this old adage that it is the children, it is your child who loses a lot. It is not the teacher. Natatandaan niyo po ba yon? Yung ganong kasabihan na hindi nawawala ng teacher. Nandyan niya, may trabaho ang nawawalan if in case you fail to monitor your child's attendance in the online classes or even in the modular class. If the child will not attend their classes online or in the modular class, it is you, it is them who loses a lot. It is not the teacher. No? And then, keep a record of online interaction with my child whenever recording is made. So, we will make this thing clear to our teachers na as part of the consent form, if the session is recorded, then the parents, upon request, could give a copy of the part of that particular recording. Okay? Upon request. Next, take snapshots, images, videos which may include my child's image for documentation and other lawful purposes. Mga minamahal kong magulang at mga guardians, alam nyo po kaming mga teachers, meron din kaming mga reports na sinasubmit such as IPCRF. Yung IPCRF po na yun yung doon kami ginigradean, binibigyan ng grades ng aming mga superiors kung talaga bang kami ay nagtuturo. So from time to time, we need to take pictures or photos, not necessarily of your child alone, pero yung nasa Google Classroom po ba, yung bang screenshot, no? So even naka-off ang video ninyo from time to time dahil kailangan namin for our own legal purposes, we will do that. Okay? Next, post in the official school social media page per section messenger the image, name, and section of my child as well as any acknowledgement, awards that she is entitled, and completion ceremony for grade 10. Ito yung nangyari sa atin. Sinasabi na na-block ang FB page ng Bangkal. Bakit? Kasi una, pinost ko yung pangapangalan ng mga bata dahil wala kayong tigil sa kaka-request ng tanong kung ang inyong anak ay nakapag-enroll na. Alangan namang isa-isahin ko yung 500 na yon. Nasagutin, opo, naka-enroll siya. Hahanapin ko pa yun sa Excel file. Bago ko kayo sagutin ng opo, I will look into it sa Excel file. So para hindi na kayo tanong ng tanong sa akin, pinost ko. Anong ginawa ni FB? Binlock. When I read the community standards, wala namang nakapost na number na learning reference number. Walang nakapost. Pangalan lang. Pwede ngang tanggalin agad yon. Actually, ang binigay lang ni principal sa akin nun ay 2 days. Hanggang Tuesday lang. Nakita nyo, Tuesday lang. Pero ilang oras pa lang, nakablock na agad. Kaya ngayon, anong ginawa? Nilagay natin sa Google Drive. Nagbigay lang kami ng link. Kayo na ang magtingin kung nandun yung pangalan ng inyong mga anak. Dun sa link na yun. Okay? Masyado silang mahigpit sa hindi nating alam na dahilan. Samantalang si Madam Inuts na mura na ng mura sa FB, hindi nila matanggal-tanggal ang kanilang mga posts. Now, nakita nyo po sa mga grade 10. Anyway, grade 7 pa lang pala kayo, so I will not delve on it so much. Next, provision, stay permanently. So, stay permanently in the online classes from the beginning of the class until the last school day. Now, hindi po pwede po, no, na yung mga, kasi bibigyan after this session, makakatanggap na kayo sa email. Sorry, medyo malilate pala ng kaunti. We will ask the head teachers in charge sa grade 7 if they are done with the sectioning. If they are done, then we will post it already, and then you will go back to the post na kung saan meron kayong i-email na pangalan ng mga teachers. Pag nag-email kayo dun sa pangalan ng teachers na yon, magre-reply si teacher sa inyo. No? So, yun yung section na ninyo. Magbasahin yung mabuti yung postings natin sa FB page. No? So, ibig kong sabihin dito, if you will choose online learning, then from the beginning, from September 13 up to June, you will stay in the online learning, online modality. Hindi na kayo pwedeng magsabing lilipat kayo sa modular. No. Minsan ang nagdidesisyon, mga magulang, mga guardians, ang nagdidesisyon hindi nyo alam ay ang inyong anak. Akala nyo siguro nagugulat kayo, hindi na siya nag-online. Hindi rin siya nagsasagot ng module. Yun pala, dineclare na niya sa teacher niya na modular siya. You, without knowing it, kasi hindi kayo uma-attend ng mga PTC. Kaya, we are highly encouraging you to always communicate to the school in terms of the participation of your child in class. We are asking also for your consent to submit the weekly module output activities and performances through whatever. Yan na, binigyan na namin, hindi na lamang sa Google Classroom, pero highly recommended we use the Google Classroom. But then again, hindi ko alam, kakaunti lang pa rin ang umattend ng Google Classroom tutorial natin last Friday. So most likely, may mga magsasubmit pa rin dyan sa Messenger na hindi naman ganun ka private, hindi ganun ka safe. Pero dahil nga we are giving you every means to submit the requirements of your child, then sige, no? Submit na namin yan. We allow na rin yan. By the way, my dear parents, itong mga provisions na to, this will be given to you by the advisors kapag nakausap nyo na sila, no? Okay? Most likely until siguro hopefully you give us until Wednesday. And then accomplish online unified summative assessment. So ayan, mag-online sila, especially ayan yung mga test nila, they will take it online. So ito yung consent, ito yung nilalaman ng consent form na ibibigay sa inyo ng mga advisor, no? Ng mga advisor. Justin ba yun? Sino yung nagsulat nito? Nagkaroon tuloy ako ng sulat. Anyway, okay, that is for the online learners, those who intend to participate in class in the online modality. Yan po yung expect that you will have those. Now, I will proceed to the modular learning modalities. Ito naman yung sa mga mag-aaral na mag-aaral ngayong taon gamit ang modular na modality. Okay? So ano-ano yung mga provisions nitong kasunduan na to? Kinakailangang gawin ng magulang ang mga sumusunod. Nasa tamang araw at oras na pagkuha ng mga module sa paaralan upang masagutan ng aking anak. Hindi po pwede yung kukunin ninyo yung module sa kung ano ang free time ninyo. Again, as parents, guardians, we need to invest time. We understand that you have also your work, but then again, education is a collaborative effort. You have to give time. I myself experience lining up in the school, getting my child's modules. Hindi lang ho kayo ang gumagawa niyan, kahit po ako. No? So mag-usap na po kayo sa bahay. Sino ang kukuha ng module ni ganito? Ganitong schedule. Pag-usapan nyo na po ahead of time. No? Then, nakasusunod sa tamang, pag nasagutan na, ibabalik nyo na yan sa school sa araw na pinagkasunduan ng kanilang teacher. Ang gagawin po, mga minamahal naming magulang at tagapangalaga, ang pagsasubmit po ng modules, by subject, isang plastic envelope na may pangalan ng bata. Okay? Isang plastic envelope, isang subject. So, kung may 8 subject yung bata, ibig sabihin, ang dadalahin po ninyo sa paaralan ay 8 plastic envelope na naglalaman ng mga modules na may sagot. Hindi po isang plastic envelope, tapos lahat na. Ano? Bakit? Kasi may may karanasan po kami na yung mga bata o yung mga magulang nag-submit ng kanilang mga modules sa isang plastic envelope. Kinuha ni teacher yung module niya. Yun pala, yung nasa ibabaw lang ang merong pangalan. Gets nyo yun? Yung unang pinaka-ibabaw lang na module, yun lang yung may pangalan ng bata. Nung kinuha na ng teacher concerned yun, wala nang pangalan yung sumunod na mga modules. So therefore, sa panahon ngayon, ang gagawin po natin, bawat subject, isang plastic envelope. So I hope everything is clear. No? Please take down notes if you have questions. Or kaya naman, kung kahit papano marunong kayo mag-picture sa inyong messenger, kung ayaw nyo isubmit yan, sige, picturean mo. Gamit ng messenger. Picturean mo. Tapos, tsaka mo isend. As long as may pangalan, may sagot ng bata. We are giving you all the, what do you call this? We are giving you all the opportunity, the means to submit the output of your child. No? Okay? Consistent na paggabay at pagsuporta sa wastong pagsagot. Ayan, mga minamahal na magulang. You are asked to not only monitor but also to guide your students in answering their modules. No? Hindi po pwedeng hindi po pwedeng hahayaan natin yung bata lang. Now, sir, hindi ko talaga alam hindi ako nakapag-aral. Then, katulad ng sinasabi ni RightMed. Ano yung sinasabi ni RightMed? Anyone? I would like to hear from the audience. Ano yung sinasabi ni RightMed?
Huwag mahihiyang magtanong.
Very good. No? Huwag mahihiyang magtanong. Kanino kami magtatanong? Well, coordinate with the teacher. Number 1, with the teacher itself, herself or himself. Ma'am, medyo ganito, so please guide my student. Okay, go. Secondly, I do not know if the jeepney Maki will still be operationalized this school year. May isang teacher doon. So you can ask their assistance. Again, ano sabi? Huwag mahihiyang magtanong. Third, nandyan yung mga PTAs natin who are very much active, very much willing to help. Nandyan sila, not for something else, but to serve students and the parents under our care. So, marami po tayong means. Ang point lang ay Sabi nga ni RightMed, ano po? Ano sabi ni RightMed? Yan ang dapat yung tandaan.
Huwag mahihiyang magtanong, sir.
Very good. Ano ka? Yes. So let us practice that. Huwag mahihiyang magtanong. Yung mga kakilala nyo, yung mga education committee sa barangay, let us maximize. No? Nag-uusap-usap po kami. Huwag po kayong mag-alala. Pag merong nagpunta sa kanila, i-refer po nila sa amin. So malalaman namin. Yun nga lang, how can we answer your queries if you will not give us your true cellular phone numbers? Na puro bogus yung binibigay ninyong cellphone number. How can we extend help kung hindi nyo bibigay yung number ninyo? Diba? And of course, kahit na kayo ay modular na section, modular student, kayong mga magulang, kailangan nyo pa rin pong umattend ng mga PTC, Parents and Teachers Conference. Palagi kong sinasabi, PTCs are the proper venue where you can ask, where you can give suggestions. No? That is the proper venue, hindi po ang FB. No? Ang proper venue ng pagtatanong, no? Okay, sige. Kung walang PTC, FB. Pero pag may PTC, total umattend ka na, then maximize. Meaning, ask questions pertaining to the academics of your child. Hindi yung umattend ka nga, nanahimik ka lang, paglabas mo, ang dami mong tanong. Eh yung napagtanungan mo, mali-mali rin, mali ang tanong. Eh nagtanungan kayo, hindi lahat kayo mali. Okay? Next. Naunawaan ng magulang na kanyang anak ay katulad nung dun sa online. Kung yung online mananatiling online hanggang sa matapos ang taon, ito naman mananatili ang anak niyang nasa modular sa buong taon. Same, kinakailangan nyo rin pong take ng examination katulad ng mga nasa online. Kung ano ang test ng nasa online, yun din ang test ng mga modular. Okay? Kaya mga minamahal naming magulang, please invest. No? Kasi there will come a time na kahit na kayo ay nasa modular, you will be asked to go online to take the exam. If that is not possible, then you will have to go to school and get the test papers and sagutan nyo sa bahay. And then ibalik nyo ulit. Again, many options for you to be able to continue the education of your child. Ayan, dadalo ng 1 o 2 beses ang aking anak sa online na pagpupulong ayon sa nagkasundo ang petsa. So, ayan, invest, no? Invest. Provide time. Alamin ang kalagayan ng aking anak at aktibong makipagtulungan sa mga guro upang maipasa, no? Maipasa siya sa susunod na grade level. Hindi yung kung kailan nasa dulo na tayo, tsaka pa lang kayo makikipag-usap. So yun po yung mga consent form para po sa modular at sa online. Now, ito naman yung sa mga, I do not know kung meron tayong kasama ngayon na mga grade 7 na retained. O yung mga balik-aral, yung mga grade 6 last year na hindi nag-aral ng grade 7 last year. So they are considered balik-aral. O, same pa rin, nasa tamang araw na pagkuha ng module. Of course, gagabayan at susuportahan sa wastong pagsagot. Okay. No? So ganun pa rin almost, nasa oras na pagpapasa. Okay, palagi ang makikipag-ugnayan sa mga tagapayo. Kailangan lang nating paghiwa-hiwalayin. Hindi po pwedeng iisang form lang. O, ito sa mga sa mga draft, retained, and balik-aral. Pagbibigay ng, ano nakalagay? Updated at totoong cellular phone numbers, email at FB Messenger sa tagapayo para patuloy para sa patuloy na pakikipag-ugnayan. Pagdalo sa mga PTCs, pakikipag-ugnayan, sabihin niyo kung yung bata ay hindi talaga kaya o may sakit sa, meron siyang impairment sa mata, sabihin niyo kung ano man yung na medical condition ng inyong anak, sabihin niyo po. So again, few reminders. It is highly recommended that consent forms be submitted via online. Either take a clear photo of the complete signed form or save the form in PDF file, then send it to the advisor through email messenger. Read and understand. Ito po. Read and understand what is written in the form before completely filling it out and submitting it to the advisor. Basa-basa po tayo bago po tayo pumirma, bago po tayo magbasa, bago po tayo magtanong, magbasa rin po muna tayo. Hindi yung, kaya ayaw magbasa ng mga anak natin kasi siguro yung mga magulang nila, hindi nila nakikitang nagbabasa. No? Okay? Now, eto isama ko na rin, no? Since I am the school information coordinator of Bangkal High School, I would like you to also remember these things, no? So ito po ang official FB page ng ating paaralan. Please take a photo of it or picture. And we will matagal pong natulog itong FB na ito. So ito po ay ibig sabing natulog, hindi natin na-maximize. No? So now we will maximize the use of our FB. Now, issuances from central, regional, division, and school levels directly affecting our students shall be posted in the BHS FB page. Kaya nga tignan nyo, nakapag-post, may naipost kahapon, yung simula ng National Teachers Month. Kahapon po yun, September 5 to October 5. Diba? Okay. School activities such as PTCs, distribution of supplies, and the likes will also be posted in the FB page. So, dyan lang po kayo tututok. Okay. So, again, read carefully every post. Many of our questions is answerable only if we read it properly. Alam niyo yung mga nagtatanong po sa messenger ng FB page, yung mga tanong nila hindi naman po talaga, hindi po talaga siya kailangan pang itanong kung nagbasa yung magulang. No? Kaya minsan, ang sinesend ko na lang na sagot, yung mismong post na eh. Anong sinasabi ko? Proceed to the FB page, you read. Sasabihin nyo siguro, ang sungit naman. No. No. Kasi kahit saan tayo pumunta, we are required to read. Di ba? Bago kayo nabakunahan, may pinabinigay sa inyong form. So, bago nyo sagutan yun, babasahin nyo muna. No. So, before we ask, we read first. In the first place, yung ibang announcement naman doon ay Tagalog or in Filipino. Okay? Hindi sa tinatamad kaming sumagot, no. It is because we are trying to develop that habit of reading in you. Kahit na po kayo ay may edad na, we can still develop the habit to read. My mother is already 82 years old and she can finish pocket books, numbers of pocket books in just a week or a days. Sabi ko sa kanya, magbasa ka kasi para yung neurons mo diyan sa utak, yung mga synapses diyan sa brain mo hindi mawala. So even kung anong edad natin, we just need to decide to to commit ourselves into reading. Hindi po yan dahil bata o matanda, hindi ka na magbabasa. The more na mas matanda ka, the more kang dapat nagbabasa dahil nakasalalay sa iyo ang isasagot mo sa iyong mga bata. Next, be mindful of your comments on a particular post since Facebook is a public domain. One comment can cause various reactions that is not reflective of the institution that we all represent. Okay? The messenger of the FB page as of the moment is not operational due to unscrupulous and unfair action of the FB. As soon as the messenger becomes working, we will try to respond to your queries the soonest possible time. Okay. Sections of our students will be posted in BHS FB, though it will be contained in a Google Drive. Okay, so please, parents and guardians, it's not too late to learn. Kasi pag na-block na naman yan, dahil nag-post na naman, maghahanap na naman kayo ng information. Okay, ito siguro I will defer from explaining this because since you are grade 7 pa lang naman, and batch naman, ang batch request naman ang gagawin sa inyo mga permanent records. So I think I am done. So thank you very much for bearing with me.
Thank you, Sir Pao. Pero for sure, be ready for the Q&A later. And for now, okay, let me call Sir Ace Dilag and Ma'am Velasco for our SPFL. Yes, we have special program in foreign language. So we have Spanish class and German class. Okay, yes, Sir
Maraming
A.
salamat po, Ma'am Peach.
Thank
Magandang
you
umaga
po.
po uli sa lahat.
Magandang umaga po.
Ito po, dito naman po tayo sa special program in foreign language. Isa po sa mga special programs ng Bangkal High School. Itong sa Spanish. Umpisahan ko po sa Spanish. So ang special program in foreign language po ay ang vision po natin dito is a multilingual Filipino learner who is globally competitive, equipped with 21st century skills in a culturally diverse environment while preserving his national identity. So ang gusto po nating mangyari dito, matuto ang mga bata na makipag-ugnayan, pwedeng hindi lang sa mga Filipino, kapwa Filipino, kundi sa ibang lahi din, gamit ang ibang lengguwahe. At ang mission po natin para dyan, nandyan ang ating mga teachers, ang buong DepEd, to equip learners with skills and competencies in foreign language, providing them with greater opportunities personally and through an enhanced research-based curriculum, a competent roster of teachers, supportive administrators, and a strengthened collaboration with program partners. So sa Spanish po ang program partners natin dyan, ang Instituto Cervantes, kung aware po kayo dyan, sumasakay kayo ng LRT, makikita niyo minsan yung mga tula doon na pinopost nila na Spanish and Filipino, may translation sa Filipino. Bukod po sa Instituto Cervantes, syempre under sila ng Embahada ng Espanya dito sa Pilipinas. Ang objectives po ng special program in foreign language is to design, to equip graduates of secondary education for meaningful interaction in a linguistically and culturally diverse global community. It helps prepare learners for a career. Yun po yung unang objective. Pangalawa, higher education. Pangatlo, entrepreneurship. Thus, schools are encouraged to provide lifelong learning opportunities for them through the implementation of this program. So, ang pwedeng puntahan nila dito, career. Pwede rin nilang ituloy yung pag-aaral ng foreign language sa college. Or pangatlo, entrepreneurship. Okay? For example po sa paano nila itutuloy sa pagdating ng senior high school, meron tayong mga iba't ibang tracks dyan. Isa sa mga track isa sa mga pwede nilang kuhanin yung under ng TVL, Technical Vocational. Meron tayo diyang halimbawa front desk servicing, call center agent training, tour guiding. So ilan lang po yan sa mga pwede nilang pagpatuluyan na magagamit nila, maaari nilang magamit ang skills nila sa ibang lengguwahe. Ang mga legal basis po natin dito sa pagpapatupad ng special program na to, under po yan ng DepEd Memorandum number 560, series of 2008. Nag-start po ito noong school year 2009-2010 under pa ng dating Bureau of Secondary Education na ngayon ay Bureau of Curriculum Development na. Dati isang school lang yan per region, tapos 2 klase lang per school sa bawat region na may 35 students per school. Pero ngayon marami na. And dati for schools whose students have demonstrated competence in English and are capable of learning another foreign language. So piling-pili lang yung mga schools na pinag-i-implement nito. What are the aims? To develop student skills in listening, reading, writing, speaking, and viewing is fundamental to acquiring communicative competence in a second foreign language. Number 2, to prepare students for meaningful interaction in a linguistically diverse global workplace, and to develop understanding and appreciation of other people's culture. Ano po ang nilalaman ng policy guidelines sa DepEd Order number 46 series of 2012 tungkol sa implementation ng SPFL sa high school? So ang nasa guidelines po natin, grade 7 to grade 12, although sa ngayon hanggang grade 10 lang muna yung implementation. At dahil special program nga po ito, hindi naman lahat ng bata ay pwedeng mag-enroll dito. Unang-unang tinitingnan natin yung interest ng bata. Kung wala naman silang interest sa pag-aaral ng wika, maaari naman silang kumuha ng ibang PLE subjects. Pangalawa, kakayahan, lalong-lalo na sa panahon na to, dahil ang pag-aaral ng wika, lalo na ng banyagang wika, kailangan makaka-attend sila ng online. Hindi pwedeng modular lang ito dahil kailangan dito talaga magtuturo yung teacher online. So yung kakayahan nilang maka-attend online, kakayahan nilang mag-aral ng banyagang wika, interest. Pangatlo, commitment. Kapag nag-start po sila kasi dapat ng grade 7 na Spanish, dapat ituloy nila ng grade 10. Para naman hindi rin para may continuity din yung pag-aaral nila. Saka para hindi magka-problema kung palipat-lipat na foreign language tapos TLE, balik sa TLE. So, commitment din. And then flexibility, ang tinutukoy na flexibility dito, yung sa schedule po kasi, usually ang mga bata dahil interest nga ang pangunahing tinitingnan dito, galing sila sa iba't ibang sections na may iba't ibang schedule. So usually ang nagiging schedule ng SPFL, titingnan muna lahat ng schedule ng mga bata kung saan sila mga sections galing, kung saan doon may available na magtutugma-tugma, doon kung pinapasok yung schedule ng SPFL. Plus i-consider din yung schedule ng teacher kung wala siyang klase sa oras na yon. So flexibility din po. Being career pathways, the SPFL takes the place of TLE. So sa ngayon ng implementation natin, pag nag-SPFL ang bata, hindi na kailangang kumuha pa ng TLE. Pero ang pina-follow natin na grading system, yung in-explain ni Mrs. Gatan kanina sa mga languages gaya ng English, 40% written works, 60% performance tasks. Sa time allotment, ayon sa DepEd Order, 4 hours a week pa rin sa kasalukuyan nating modality, 1 hour synchronous, 3 hours yung asynchronous. And then, related din itong implementation natin ng SPFL sa pagdating naman sa higher education, sa college. Gaya ng sinasabi ng CHED Memorandum Order number 23 series of 2017, Policies, Standards, and Guidelines for the Bachelor of Arts in Foreign Language. So isa ito sa mga pwede nilang pagpatuluyan pagdating ng college. At pagdating sa pag-graduate nila, pwedeng ang puntahan nila ay pagtuturo din ng wika, pagsasalin, translation, or business, industrial, and international institutions. Kagaya ng mga pinipili ng karamihan sa business, sa industry, sa BPO or call center. Dahil malaki daw ang kinikita nila doon. ang Bangkal High School po ay mapalad na isa sa mga mapalad na napiling school dito sa NCR. Ito po yung ating mga schools na nag-o-offer ng Spanish. Sa Makati, isa lang po ang Bangkal High School. Isa pang advantage nito, kasi kung familiar po kayo sa Instituto Cervantes, kapag ka nag-take kayo doon, halimbawa gusto nyong mag-aral or ang mga bata na mag-aral ng Spanish, sa 10 klase lang, 10 klase na tig 3 hours, so that would be a total of 30 hours. Nagbabayad sila ng from pinakamababa is 5,350, umaabot ng 5,800. 30 hours lang yun. So kung i-compare nyo yun dito sa tinitake nila, I assure you na ang mga teachers natin ng Spanish ay qualified talaga to teach Spanish. Quality ng Instituto Cervantes yan. Nag-train ang mga teachers natin sa Instituto Cervantes for several years. Okay? And then, nag-master's degree ang ating mga teachers sa Spain mismo to be qualified to teach Spanish here in the Philippines. So kung i-convert nyo yan, i-compare nyo dito sa number of hours ng pag-aaral nila ng Spanish dito sa Bangkal High School, sa isang taon, kung i-compare nyo yun sa price ng tuition fee sa Instituto Cervantes para matuto, that's around 30,000 in 1 school year. At kung iti-take nilang Spanish from grade 7 to grade 10, that would be an equivalent of 120,000 pesos na tuition fee kung sa Instituto Cervantes kayo mag-enroll ng Spanish. Okay, so this is one option that they have if they really want to pursue a career in foreign language. For grade 7, ang atin pong teacher dyan si Miss Carla S. Tembrevilla. So, yun lang po muna siguro for Spanish. Bigay ko naman po kay Ma'am Flor to continue tungkol naman sa German. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Ace. And now let me call Ma'am Velasco for the German class.
Thank you, Ma'am Peach. Thank you, Sir Ace, for that. So let me just share my screen. Okay, nakikita niyo na po ba ang presentation ko?
Yes, ma'am. Bago po tayo magpatuloy, remind ko lang po, paki-off po yung mic.
Pwede na po, Ma'am Peach. Thank you, Ma'am Peach. So, a pleasant morning to each and every one of us. So, thank you, Sir Ace, for discussing already the key points. Okay, so the things that our parents and students need to know about the special program in foreign language, SPFL. So, Sir Ace already discussed the Spanish. Okay, so I would like to inform everybody that another program in our school, which is offered in SPFL, is German, or Deutsch in German. So I am Maria Florence de Velasco, an English teacher and a German language teacher in Bangkal High School. Okay. Wait lang po. I cannot move on to the next. Okay, so before that, I just need to give you a short background how SPFL in our school started. Okay, so in 2010, so 20 German language teachers were trained in the Goethe Institute. So Goethe Institute is the partner institution of Department of Education and also under the German Embassy. So I was lucky to be one of the participants, and also Mama Niego. Okay, so she was my partner before in teaching German language in our school. And in 2011, okay, so 10 schools in the NCR pioneered the German language, including our beloved Bangkal High School in Makati. So for the entire division of Makati, so it's only our school offered this German as a foreign language. So we are very lucky. Our students in Bangkal High Schools are very lucky to have this kind of SPFL. Okay, so next one is A1 level. So we started in 2011. A1 level is offered to grade 9 and 10 students. So these are selected students also. So another 20 teachers, junior batch, okay, attended the German language training. So in this group, okay, so our department head, Ma'am Montoya, was already a member or a teacher participant in this kind of training. Also, Ma'am, who's that? Ma'am Ramilo. Okay. So scholarship in Germany was also offered on the same year to the teachers. Okay. So we are very lucky to be one of the scholars in this SPFL. So last year, another 12 teachers attended the German language training for the implementing schools, and one of them is Ma'am Karen Dumondon. Okay, so a grade 7 English teacher, but then she's not yet allowed to teach this school year because the level is not. She's not qualified to the proficiency. So hopefully next school year she will be my partner in teaching our students. Okay, so Sir Is already discussed the vision and mission of the special program in foreign language, so I will skip on to that. Also, the aims and objectives of SPFL. So schools with SPFL offer at least one of the following languages. So in our school, we have two languages, foreign languages, the Spanish and the German language. So program description was already discussed. Also so let's have now the potential learners. So SPFL shall be open to grade 7 to 10 students. So just like what Sir Ace mentioned a while ago, the students must be proficient in mother tongue and English before learning another foreign language. So they need to be proficient on this mother tongue and English before learning another foreign language. Okay, so but the potential SPFL students must undergo the screening process. So what is that screening process? That's why our students in SPFL are selected because their grades in English is one of the qualifications that they need to, if they are qualified or not. And of course, their willingness to study the chosen language. So dapat nasa kanila yung interest and willingness for them to learn another language. Okay? So let me just share some activities that we had already in the German language. Okay, so in 2011, when we started our SPFL German, so we are lucky, also our students, to be part of this Deutschland für Anfänger. Okay, so Germany for beginners. So since that is the implementing year for all the schools in the NCR, so they are invited, all the students are invited who are learning the language, of course. They are invited to be part of this momentous event. Okay, so the students were given a chance to witness the culture, of Germany. Next is another one is one of our former students in German language was given a chance to attend a workshop or training which is about drawing. Okay, so that's for free. Okay, so this is one good thing about the SPFL. Okay, our students, those talented students, okay, so they can develop and they can showcase their talents. And one of those is John Paul Raguro. Okay, so he attended, I think, 2 weeks workshops for this drawing contest, and then his work was able to display in the German exhibit here in BGC. Okay, so this is Herr Falk Schleiser, okay, our former language president or language coordinator in the Goethe Institute. So Oktoberfest 2012. So you all know that Oktoberfest is very familiar to use, and that originated in Germany. Okay, so we started having it in 2012. Okay, so yearly nagsi-celebrate na po kami ng Oktoberfest. Okay, and another one is the Christkindl Market in 2012. So the students were able to experience how Christmas market looks like, okay, in European country like Germany. Okay, so these are my former students in German class. So another one is we were able to attend, okay, the SPFL conference in 2013 in Quirino High School. So these are these are some of my former students. Here is Ma'am Montoya also. And another one is our achievements, okay, in SPFL German. So we were able to join the National and Regional Festival of Talents, and I'm so very much lucky, okay, to have, and blessed of course, to have a very supportive principals, our previous principals of Bangkal High School, because they are very supportive, okay, to whatever contests or programs that SPFL German could have. Okay, so nanalo na po tayo sa National and Regional Festival of Talents in the contest of quiz, singing contest, and cosplay. So another one is that Sing Fabric Erfindenker concert. Okay, so one way of learning and appreciating German language is through its music. Okay, so we are very lucky to have been chosen, okay, as one of the schools, lucky schools, to have this German band, okay, yung Erfindenker, and we have here two artists where they teach our students to sing, okay, some of the famous German songs, and they were able to enjoy the German music as well. So that is in 2017. So another one is we have the talk. Okay, it's a symposium, a talk on the German language and culture. So it was headed or presented by our first Secretary of Cultural Affairs, German Embassy, and that is Herr Torsten Gottfried. Okay, and also in 2019, together with the Spanish team, so we have this SPFL Week. Okay, so we have a 1 week celebration of German Week wherein our students in German language display and teach some of the basics, okay, of German language to non-learners of the language. Okay, so they are very, these students are very interested to listen to this fourth-year student of German language. And we have here some, you can see on the right corner of my screen. So these are some of the incentives or prizes given by the Goethe Institute. So whatever events or programs that we could give to our students, they are open, okay, to give assistance to us. Okay. Next is, of course, we also have a German Film Week where it is sponsored by Goethe Institute, where the students can view, okay, and appreciate the German film, okay, or movies. Also this year, we have this Cine Europa or Cine Europa 2021, wherein I shared to them the link where can they choose and watch in their available time. Okay, so para kahit na ngayong panahon ng pandemic, they can still appreciate, okay, the movies in European countries. Next one is we have the Science Film Festival. This is in partnership, of course, with the Department of Science and Technology, and we have this Mabuhay Germany. Okay, so these activities, of course, should be done, of course, dapat sa face-to-face siya. Okay, face-to-face po talaga lahat, except for this Cine Europa 2021. So Mabuhay Germany, this is ito po yung mga German foundations or institutions where they display or make a booth in BGC. So everybody can go there and then witness, okay, kung ano po ang meron, okay, sa German or European countries. Next, so with regards to the teaching strategies, of course, they can develop, okay, their speaking and listening skills through dialogue, interview. We do some short role play, survey, telephone conversation, guessing games, singing, pantomime, imitation. So whenever we have, nakakamiss talaga ang face-to-face natin kasi we cannot do at this time of our situation, yung we're in online lahat, the motivation from the students, talagang bumaba po yung eagerness nila to learn kasi ang pagtuturo po talaga ng foreign language, kagaya po ng sinabi ni Sir Ace a while ago, that kailangan po talaga nating magtulungan. Okay? So if possible, in this in this situation, wala po kaming SLMS. Okay? Wala po kaming modules na binibigay sa mga bata. Okay? Wala pa pong binibigay ang Department of Education. So in my case, what I did to my students grade 8 last year, so I've given them our textbook for them to use. So yun po yung ginawa naming textbook. Okay? So hopefully this coming school year, bigay po ulit ako ng mga libro sa kanila. Okay? So with writing and reading, okay, so the students were able to answer and construct an email, postcards, letter writing, invitation, of course, through vocabulary. We can have games, a sociogram, crossword puzzle, pictures, brainstorming, card games. Okay, for the grading system, so Sir Ace already discussed this. Okay, so same grading system with the English subject, 40% for the written works and 60% for the performance. So once the student started learning the language in grade 7, he must continue and finish it until grade 10. So yun yung sinasabi ni Sir Ace na commitment. Okay, so hindi po pwedeng ayaw ng anak nyo ng TLE this year. Kaya magte-take ako ng foreign language. And then, pagdating niya ng grade 8, ayaw niya na. And then, babalik ulit sa TLE. No. So, from the very start po, dapat nandoon po ang consistency, ang commitment ng mga bata. Once they started, okay, learning a foreign language, they need to continue it until grade 10. So, SPFL is in lieu of TLE. So, instead of attending their TLE classes, they will attend to their SPFL subjects. Okay, so all the learning materials in our language were provided by the partner institution, the Buti Institute Philippines. So Buti Institute Philippines very generous po pagdating sa mga learning materials and whatever our students needed. Okay, so danke. Thank you po sa pakikinig and I hope everybody is well. Okay, God bless po everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Velasco, for explaining the German class in our school. So for now, okay po, dako na po tayo sa ating question and answer. Okay, sa ating forum. Kung meron po kayong katanungan, ayan, kung meron po kayong katanungan, pwede pong i-type sa chat box. Yes po, sa chat box. Then, pwede din po, o yung mga nasa FB Live, yes, babasahin na lang po namin para ma-address yung mga katanungan na yan.
Yes po ma'am, may tanong po ako sa chat box po.
Okay po. Okay, so habang binabackread natin yung mga nasa chat box, okay, meron din po tayo ditong question from FB Live. Sir Pao, so yung mga nag-talk po kanina, pa-ready na lang din po. Pero kasi karamihan, Sir Pao, ang nakikita ko dito is yung, yun nga po, enrollment and yung mga list po for grade 7
Yes po,
sectioning. Yes po.
May transfer po. Gusto ko pong malaman kung saan po yung link makikita po yung mga pangalan ng bata po na naka-enroll.
Ayan po. Okay, kasi, ayan, sige sir.
Sino yun? Si Ma'am Peach?
Yes, si Sir Jerlyn Tataw po. So yung
Yes,
anak daw po
okay.
niya is si Janreen Ryzen Kyle Tataw. So galing po siya sa, ibang school ng grade. Kumbaga wala sa catchment area.
Yes
Yung
po.
school po na,
Grade ano po yan?
Incoming grade 7 po.
Oh, okay. Sir, ganito po. Nasa catchment area po ba kayo? I mean, saan po nag-aral yung anak po ninyo?
Sa probinsya po, sa Cagayan Valley po.
Okay. Sige po, ganito. Please give us until Wednesday.
Wednesday po.
Yeah, please give us until Wednesday to finalize everything. Kasi may mga bata pa rin kami coming from our catchment area, catchment schools from Bangkal Main, Bangkal 1, Pio Main, na they're not using their slot.
Yes po.
Actually, sir, nasa list yung anak ninyo. It's
Ah,
just
okay po.
that hindi po muna namin sila isinama simply because we would like to give opportunity dun sa mga graduates ng aming
Po. Priority po.
catchment area. Yes. Now,
Yes po.
ma'am, sino pa? Ma'am, sir, pwede bang paki-type yung pangalan ng bata and then mamaya titignan
Yes
ko, pero kung yan, nakapag-register po ba kayo using online?
Yes po, online po. Last May.
Nakapag-online? Okay. Okay,
Yes
sige.
po.
So most likely nandun naman yan. Yun nga lang, pwede madali naman po naming maisama yan, no? Kasi
Okay
using
po.
ano naman. So please give us
Wala
until
po.
Wednesday, no?
Okay po, sir.
Yung mga lalong-lalo na po yung mga grade 7 kasi nag-release na kami ng initial list ng mga bata,
Yes
no?
po, opo. Nabasa
Ngayon,
po yun,
kung
kaso wala po akong
mag-release kami,
nakita.
yes, so please give us until Wednesday. Siguro after this, mamaya we will decide if hindi na namin ko-close na namin yung sa catchment schools namin and then bibigay na namin yung privilege na yon sa mga coming from outside.
Okay po, salamat po.
Okay po, sir. Wednesday po,
Okay po. God bless po.
Ayan.
Salamat.
Thank you po. Actually,
you.
sir, meron din tayo sa FB Live. Kaya lang, same concern po from Ma'am Mitch Go. Yun na nga. So, Ma'am Mitch, on Wednesday po, so kindly check na lang po our BHS official page po sa FB.
Thank you, Ma'am Peach.
Yes po. May iba pa po bang katanungan? Naniniwala ako na napaliwanag naman po lahat. Maigi ang sistema po na pinapatupad sa Bangkal High School. Meron pa po ba?
Ma'am, may question po ako sa messenger. May chat po pala, sorry.
Siguro,
Sige
basahin na
ma'am,
lang din.
opo, basahin niyo na po. Sige po. Yes ma'am?
Wait lang po, mama. Basahin ko lang po. What grade in English and Filipino does the student need to meet in order for them to be qualified in SFL?
Okay, saglit lang po. Pa-off na lang po ng mic. Yes, Sir Tataw. Pa-off na lang po ng mic.
Mandarag ko niya meeting.
Sir Pao, ano na lang po as a host po. Pa-mute na lang sila.
Yes, hello ma'am. Good afternoon ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Saglit lang po.
Ito ulim sa kan
Sir Pao?
Yeah, I'm looking for Sir Tataw dito.
Ayan po. Yes po. So may question po kanina. For ano to? Kay Sir Ace and Ma'am Velasco. Sino po sa inyong dalawa ang sasagot?
Pwede pong pakiulit ng question, Ma'am Delibet, kasi hindi ko po masyadong narinig.
Ayan, Ma'am Florence, kung may anong grade po? Possible grade po nila para maka-join sila sa SPFL
Okay po. So with the grade 8 po kasi, mag-open po ako ng grade 8 SPFL German this school year. Okay, coming school year. So ang grade po dapat nila sa English, final grade po is 85 and above. So yun po yung qualification. And of course, dapat po interesado po talaga yung bata na matuto ng German language.
Add ko lang din, Ma'am Flor, na bukod po sa grade, depende rin po yun sa, of course, sa number ng interested. Kung sobrang dami ng interested, pwedeng yung 85, pwede tayong halimbawa mag-ranking, kasi very limited lang yung slots. Kung hindi naman ganun karami, pasok dun sa 85. Pwede naman yun.
Thank you po, sir.
Apo.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So, Ma'am Florence, 85, ay yung German, mag-start po ng
85 po.
85. I mean, grade 8 students or open din siya for grade 7?
For grade 7 po, wala po kaming open ngayon kasi
Apa.
sa department po is ako lang muna ang magtuturo this school year. So hopefully, if Ma'am
Hello, Sir
Dumondon
Pao.
is already qualified, perhaps sa next school year, ma-open na natin sa grade 7.
Okay po. So, ang Spanish natin, meron po sa grade 7.
Meron po tayo, opo, meron po. 7,
Yes
8,
po.
9, 10. Opo.
Okay, thank you po.
Yes, ma'am. Good
Yes,
afternoon.
Ma'am Lilibet Reyes po.
Anak ko, dito siya na grade 6 ng Bacal. Grade 7, yun pa rin ba yung DepEd?
Again, ma'am, saglit lang po ha, hindi po tayo magkaintindihan. Sir Jerlyn Tataw, pa-off po muna ang mic.
Yes po. Okay.
Yes. Okay, ano po yung question niyo, Ma'am Reyes?
Yung anak ko po kasi, ma'am, dito siya sa Makati na grade 6. So, yung DepEd niya na Google DepEd, Google Meet na ginamit niya before, yun pa rin po bang gagamitin for grade 7?
Sa grade 7 po, may panibago po tayong Google Classroom. Pero po, pag inopen kasi, using DepEd email account, yung DepEd Makati account po ng bata, makikita pa rin po doon yung mga Google Classroom nila, yung per subject po. Kanina po nabanggit ni Ma'am Bernal. Andyan pa po ba si Ma'am Bernal?
Yes po, Ma'am Peach.
Ayun po. Sige, Ma'am, patuloy po. Sagot na lang.
Yes, good afternoon po, Ma'am Lilibet. So kanina po, dun sa presentation ko, kaya ko po isinama yung magdi-delete po muna kayo nung previous po na mga classroom para po yun doon. So gagamitin pa rin po ang the same DepEd email account. Yung account po ng bata na DepEd Makati, yun pa rin po ang gagamitin. Pero yung mga Google Classroom po, mag-a-unenroll na po kayo doon. So, unenroll nyo na po siya kasi po, magpapanibago po yung mga teacher, i-invite po yung mga students for new Google Classroom. Pero yung DepEd Makati account, same din po. Hindi po yun babaguhin.
Sabi, ma'am, pasensya na, ma'am, ha. Nagluto kasi ng ulam, ma'am, eh.
Sige po, okay lang po.
Ma'am.
Okay po. So malinaw po sa atin na gagamitin pa rin po yung DepEd account ng bata. Then para po sa dito, malinis po this school year yung kanilang Google Classroom, kayo na po yung mag-a-enroll na dun sa account ng bata. Sige po, tingin pa po tayo ng mga questions dito. Ayan. Confirm lang po, bibigay po ba ang bagong DepEd account for grade 7? Ayun po, same account po ang gagamitin ng bata. Then, ayan. Sino po kaya sa inyo? Kahit po ba online, need pa din kumuha ng modules sa school. Sir Pao? May ibibigay po ba ang DepEd Makati ng mga modules ngayon? Or para doon lang sa mga modular class? Kasi may link naman din tayo for that.
Sir Le, I think si Sir Lev baka pwedeng
Yes, sir. Good afternoon po. Okay. So, yung priority po para sa kumuha ng modules ay isa modular. Pero kung full online po kayo, pwede po rin yan sa Google Classroom at sa Google Drive, available naman po yung mga modules. So, yung pagpapasa na lang po yung kailangan po ninyo i-arrange dun sa subject teacher kasi kung online po, di online din po ang pagpapasa. Hindi nyo na po kailangan kumuha ng module. Nasa sa inyo po yun.
Okay, thank you po for that. So, yes, naka-raise po ng hand si Ma'am Cristel. Pwede na po kayo mag-unmute, Ma'am Cristel? Or baka napindot lang na mag-raise ng hand. Okay, sa chat box, may tanong si Ma'am Christine Caniedo dito na sinagot naman na ni Sir Ace na isa lang po na language, pipili lang po sila para makapag-focus. So kung gusto po ng Spanish, kasi for grade 7, we have Spanish lang po. Spanish class. Then pag grade 8 po nila, ayan, meron tayong German class.
Teach.
Yes, Ma'am Jeanette.
Meron dito kasi sa FB.
Sige po,
Kay
pakibasa
ma'am,
na, Ma'am.
kay ma'am, hindi actually tanong, hindi to tanong. Sabi niya, hindi siya si Ma'am Jeda, si Dino. Tama ba ang basa ko? Yun. Hindi siya nakapasok ng Zoom. Siguro late na rin siya sa FB. Ito yung tanong ko. Pwede ba silang, kasi grade 8 bukas, pwede ba bang pumasok sila para yun din naman ba ang sasabihin? Pwede ba sila bukas ulit?
Yes, kasi
Ayan.
kung grade 8. Kasi sa grades 8 to 10, we will start to discuss yung affidavit of undertaking. So, may madadagdag ng kaunti. Kaya okay naman.
Okay,
Ito pa,
so,
sir,
ayan.
sa FB Live, sa Teach, galing kay Janet Villarreal. Ma'am, paano po kung modular ang bata at di na po maalala ang DepEd account at password po? Mabibigyan pa po ba ulit sila? Teach?
Yes, Ma'am Junette. About po doon sa mga medyo hindi na gumagana or nagkaroon po ng problem yung mga DepEd Makati email po, pwede nyo pong i-inform po yung inyong mga advisor para po makuha lahat ng pangalan ng medyo hindi na nagamit or hindi na talaga maalala yung mga password para po magawan po ng paraan ng ating ICT coordinator. So si Ma'am Miriam na po siguro yung bahala kung paano po matutroubleshoot yung mga existing na mga DepEd Makati email na hindi na po functioning or hindi na po nila ma-open. So sa advisor na lang po, inform yung advisor kung sino-sino po yung mga bata na hindi na po nagpa-function or hindi na na-open ang mga DepEd Makati email.
Yung advisor nila ngayon.
Yes po, ma'am. Yung advisor po nila ngayon.
Sige, thank you, ma'am.
So ma'am, mag-aantay pa rin tayo until Wednesday for the sectioning po para malaman nila kung sino yung advisor. Kasi usually po, di ba, pag nalaman na yung section, yung bata po yung mag-email, tama ba? Ganun pa rin po yung procedure natin. Yung bata po yung mag-email doon sa advisor ng kanilang mga info to be counted as warm bodies po for this coming school year.
Yes. Ganun pa rin.
Okay, thank you po. Sir, meron dito. Ayan, kanina kay Ma'am Cristel. Hindi po kasi kami naka-attend nung September 1 to 3. Siguro, sir, pertaining po dun sa webinar natin for Oplan Balik Eskwela. Makakapasok pa rin ba yung anak ko sa bangkal kahit ngayon lang nag-attend? Ayun, kasi orientation pa lang po tayo, ma'am. So, yung mga webinars po natin na naganap nung nakaraan is part po ng ating Oplan Balik Eskwela. Siguro po kung nakapag-online enrollment po kayo at nasa catchment area po kayo, sigurado po napasok po kayo sa Bangkal High School.
But then again, hopefully kung sino po yung we will always give thank you very much for that, Ma'am Peach, no?
Yes po, thank you.
Yun nga lang, mga parents and guardians, yung pong mga programa, yung mga webinars na binubuo po namin yun na kayo ang nasa isip namin. Bakit? Kasi we would like to upskill, madagdagan yung ating kakayahan sa pagmamagulang. Kasi more than the economic, more than the anything else, it is your being a responsible parent that counts most for our students today. Palagi kong sinasabi sa mga kasama ko yan na maaaring mahirap ngayon kasi online, pero magagawa natin yan ng paraan. Lalo na kung nandyan kayo palagi. Yung mga topics natin last week, those topics were taught because we would like to upskill you as a parent. So again, katulad na sinabi natin palagi, na it is always your loss. No? Sayang yung mga wisdom na napakinggan na hindi natin narinig mula sa ating mga magagaling speakers last week. Anyway, we will continue to have those kinds of webinars naman. No? So pwede pa kayong humabol.
Yes, Sir Pao. Thank you for that. Ayun po, sagutin ko lang to yung kay Ma'am Jeda Cedinho sa FB Live. Sabi niya, so means need pa pala mag-delete ng mga Google Classroom na luma. Kailan po magpo-post ng section? Yes po, kailangan pong mag-delete para hindi rin po maguluhan yung mga bata sa paggamit ng Google Classroom. So kailangan na pong linisin natin yung kanilang drive or yung kanilang file for that, para mapaghandaan po itong darating na school year. To sa pasukan po, September 13. And, ayan, yung pagpo-post po ng section, sabi nga po ni Sir Pao, bigyan po kami ng time until Wednesday po para kasama na rin yung sa Google Drive na link. Ayan, so antabay po tayo sa BHS official page po. Ayan po. Sir, Ma'am Jeanette, may nakikita ka pa bang ibang tanong?
Naghahanap. Pero meron dito kanina, graduate yung anak ko kay Ma'am Abril Roxanne. Graduate ang anak ko ng PIO, pero wala siya sa list. Yun. So makikita siguro by Wednesday.
Ayun po, teka lang po. Kung nakagraduate po ng PIO, kasi 'di ba limited slots lang po yung sa PIO natin, kasi pwede nating ang catchment area natin is Bangkal 1 and Bangkal Main. Then yung PIO, usually dito sila sa may San Antonio. Ayun. So parang, sir, nag-online ba tayo doon? O di ba ano to, manual? Manual application po?
Actually, last week, last week we gave 20 slots more for PIO del Pilar. Nung huling punta ko sa school last week, wala daw gumagalaw ng mga manual enroll, yung mga LESF na galing ng PIO, na nakaalat para sa PIO. Hindi ibig sabihin, hindi na natin i-open ulit yung yung Google Sheet, Google Forms for grade 7. Kaya naglagay tayo sa school ngayon ng manual LESF, yung form, registration form. Unfortunately, wala naman daw gumagalaw. No? Hindi pa rin nabawasan yung sa PIO. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. So, yun. No? And another thing, marami pong nagtatanong, nagsasabi na wala sila sa list. Marami po. Pero, when I double check, no? Siguro na nalagpasan lang ng mata nila yung pangalan ng bata. So please recheck the list. Kung kayo naman ay sinasabi ninyo na nag-online enrollment kayo nung March until August, then most likely you will be in the list. Na siguro na ano nyo lang, na nalagpasan nyo lang yung pangalan ninyo. Marami pong ganyang nagtanong sa akin nung sa Messenger. No? And then nagsabi rin sila na nakita na nila.
Ayan, thank you Sir Pao. Siguro nga ayun, my dear parents, ugaliin po nating magbasa doon sa BHS official page po. From time to time, si Sir Pao naman din po yung nag-update nun. Doon na lang din po tayo makibalita. Ayun, siguro naman napakahaba na po ng oras yung binigay namin para pagtuunan po ninyo ng pansin yung enrollment ng anak ninyo.
Teach.
Yes, Ma'am Jeanette.
Question sa Zoom. Required ba na mag-open ng cam ang bata. Saan na yun?
Yes, ma'am. Ito, is it required for the students to open their camera during online class? Or is it okay if someone does not open their camera? Usually po, yes, Sir Pao? Or Ma'am
From time to
Berna?
time.
Oh, yes po. From time to time po, nag-open ng camera to check kung ano po yung ginagawa ng bata. Yung minsan naman din po, nagre-request na i-off yung cam para sa tuloy-tuloy na discussion. Kasi minsan po, naglalag yung connection kapag nakabukas din po lahat ng camera ng mga bata. So, depende pa rin po sa mga teachers din nila per subject. Yes, meron pa ba tayong tanong? May nakikita pa po ba? Yes po. Yes, Ma'am Jen. Yes, Ma'am Jen, mahina po ang net. Hindi maintindihan. Okay, parang nakita ko yung ano ba.
May question sa chat box. Incoming grade 10, kailan po mag-enroll ang incoming grade 10?
Ayan, sir. Wait lang. Ayan, Miss Charmaine Lee. Ayan po. Actually, kung nakita niyo yung post sa FB, okay, Bangkal High School official page po, nandun po yung instructions kung paano po, ayan, mag-enroll, i-enroll. Actually, yung bata po ang mag-enroll sa email at kumbaga magsisend po sila ng information nila sa kanilang advisor. Nakapost po kasi inangat lang din naman yung section. Tama, sir, di ba? Nakapost po. Halimbawa, from section wisdom, yes, inangat lang po sila sa grade 10 section nila. Then, nandun po yung email ad ng kanilang mga teachers, yung kanilang advisor. So, email po nila, magpapakilala po sila. Actually, yung, may info po doon. Name, address, parents, contact number, then yung choice nyo po kung blended learning, kung modular po. Ayan. Then yun po yung isi-send niyo sa advisor po through email. So para ma-count po kayo ng advisor nyo as warm bodies po. Kasi nagre-reply naman po yung advisor na na-acknowledge or na-receive nila yung email nyo para ma-count po na enrolled kayo. Tama po ba?
Yes. Paki-review po yung yung pinakaunang post with regards to enrollment ng grades 8, 9 and 10. Paki-review po.
Yes po, nasa FB page po natin yun lahat. Ayan, kailan po malalaman ang mga sections? Sabi nga po, give us until Wednesday.
That is for grade 7. Wednesday for grade 7.
Yes po.
Pero yung mga 8, 9 and 10, alam na nila yan. Except yung mga malilipat kasi yung mga fully modular.
Yes
diba?
po.
Mayroon
Saka sir,
tayong
yung
ganun.
ano po, di ba? Yung mga retained. Opo.
Yeah, yes.
Kasi po nagpasa sila ng kasunduan. Then kapag nakapagpasa na po ng kasunduan through Google Drive o kaya nagpasa dito mismo sa school, ayan po. Ang admin po ang magbibigay sa kanila ng section. Then babalik po ulit sila dun sa Bangkal official page kasi nandun po yung nakapost yung mga section at kung sino po yung advisor na kanilang i-email ng mga info po nila. Ayan.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan po. Meron dito, sir. From Kasian Rafanan. Good noon, everyone. I would like to suggest maybe the wearing of uniforms, not just the PE uniform during classes, para naman po magamit yung mga ini-issue and yun yung mga open cam from time to time para makita din ng teachers kung naka-online talaga ang bata. Yun lang po ang suggestion po. Ayun po, sir. So, i-remind na lang din po namin yan sa mga teachers namin mamaya. Kasi we will be having our in-service training this afternoon. Yun po. Mas ipaalala po. Meron pa po ba?
Hello po.
Yes, Ma'am Jean.
Yes po, ma'am. Ma'am, mag-o-open pa po ba ng ng enrollment for transferee incoming grade 7?
Ma'am Jean, wala po tayong transferee ng incoming grade 7. Ang transferee lamang po natin ay grades 8, 9, and 10.
Pag galing pong ibang school, sir.
Outside the catchment area,
Apo.
hindi pa rin yun considered transferee.
Okay po.
Opo, hindi yun considered. Kaya, yun nga po, yung mga nakapag-online na outside of the catchment schools, actually yun na lang sana yung gusto naming tanggapin. No? Kung talagang may slot pa, sila na lang. Pero yung sasabihin natin na magre-register pa ulit, hindi na. Kasi ang dami nating, mayroon din tayo absorptive capacity na iniingatan. Kahit nasabihin mong online yan, online nga yan, pero mahirap maghabol sa mga bata. Lalo na kung nagpapahabol. So, we are still maintaining the absorptive capacity. Kaya kung sino na lang yung nandun, after natin itong araw na to, siya na lang ang papasok natin.
Ayan, siguro Sir Pao, wala na pong katanungan at pwede na po nating ikat to kasi meron din po tayong in-service training at 1 o'clock. So pag wala na pong kapag may katanungan po, pwede naman pong mag-message sa FB page. Tama po ba, Sir Pao?
Yeah, sa FB, sa comment section muna kasi hindi pa nag-open, hindi pa ulit okay yung messenger. So comment section na lang muna. Ulit.
Okay. Doon na lang
sasagutin.
Okay po. So sa comment sections, particularly po doon sa post related doon sa tanong nila.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes po.
Actually, naka-live tayo. No? So naka-post siya. So doon ko na lang din, susundan ko na lang yung thread. Doon sa kung saan.
Ayan, last na to siguro, sir. Saan po makikita si Ma'am Miriam para sa troubleshooting ng DepEd account?
Hello, ma'am. Yung troubleshooting po, ulitin ko, through advisor po. So, magko-communicate po sa advisor para lahat po sabay-sabay ipo-forward ni advisor sa ating ICT coordinator para po isahan na lang po. Kasi mahirap po yung isa-isa po na magme-message kay Ma'am Miriam. So, advisor lang po, doon po kayo makikipag-communicate, then si advisor po kay Ma'am Miriam.
Thank you, Ma'am Bernal. And with that, siguro sir, pwede na po nating i-close. Okay, ang ating Q&A forum. Sir Pao, do you have anything to say po?
Okay, so
For
again,
closing remark?
ito po ay bilang pagtatapos ng ating pagpupulong, ito pong ginagawa natin na ito ay patikim pa lamang. No? Alam ko pong marami pa kayong concern and we are opening our doors for your questions, queries. No? Kung hindi man masasagot ng personal, there's always, ngayon sa pagkakataon na ito, may comment section tayo. And then siguro kapag kung may mga katanungan pa kayo, then we can make use of the messenger of the FB page. No? So again, let us continue to collaborate, my dear parents. No? If we want to succeed this school year, then all of us, kami mga teachers, actually iba naming mga kasama, katulad nila Ma'am Peach, nila Ma'am Junette, supposed to be there, still on vacation, pero nakita nyo naman, nandito na sila. So, ibig sabihin lang, they are investing time because they are one with us dun goal natin na maging maayos ang ating school year. So sana yung commitment na ibinibigay ng mga teachers natin sa Bangkal High School will be the same commitment that you will give to your children, to us, para po maging maayos ang ating taong panuruan. Okay, marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat. And may I request everyone to please open your video for our picture taking. Thank you. May I request, Ma'am Bernal, kayo na po pwede po ba kayo mag-screenshot dyan? Okay, thank you.
Yes, Sir Pao. Ma'am Bernal, siguro kayo na po ayan, per page po.
Okay, sige
Thank
po.
you.
So, per page. Okay, per page po tayo. So, hindi ko po alam kung saan kayo Sige, smile na lang po na medyo matagal. Okay, so first page. Okay, smile. Okay, then next page. Okay, next page po tayo. Okay, smile. Okay, so then for our last page. Okay, last page. Okay, smile. Okay, so thank you po. Okay na po.
Marami pong salamat sa susunod nating pagkikita po. And I will end this session in 3, 2, 1.